I have a problem.
Okay.
What is your problem?
So, I ordered this. I ordered the Shadowbringers Collector's Edition, and it came with some playing cards.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've been sniffing them.
Why are you sniffing playing cards?
Because
Listen,
because fresh factory cardboard smells really good.
Thank you. Somebody understands.
Guess what?
I have a collection of playing cards, and there are few smells as interesting and riveting to me as fresh playing cards straight out of the box.
Yes, we are totally getting this on recording.
Somebody understands me.
I am a playing card sniffing addict.
I just keep opening this box and sniffing them.
So,
You know,
Here,
I just
I'll-
keep telling myself I'm glad it's not cocaine.
I'll sniff with you. Okay. So, Heather, are you recording?
Yes, I already switched it over.
I'm so happy that you recorded all of them for the video. That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yep.
Welcome to
Whoa.
D&D.
Welcome to D&D, friends. Welcome to What Lies Below, where our hobbies are made up and our interests don't matter. We are down here. I think this is day 78 now. It's been a fucking hot minute.
We've only
Down here.
slept a day, so
You've only slept a day in 78 days. You're dead.
no, I mean
That's a lot of.
I mean, oh my god. Yeah,
So I'm pretty sure we're on day 78 total. Where we last left off, there was some interesting shit that went down. You guys happened to learn some things and meet some people and do some stuff. You contacted Rue, who is a pixie. She is working in the Grove playing with children, and you were like, hey, can you make some stuff for me? And she was like, yeah, but I need some stuff to do it with. And so now you have that quest, that objective.
Do you remember the name of the plant? It was dragon something, right?
Dragon Lily, wasn't it?
Dragon Lily, yes.
Yeah.
Teen Dragon Lily. For Rue. Somebody didn't do their post-session notes, cough cough. So I'm having to recall all of this slowly.
Well, you can ask me if you need to.
Okay, hold on, let me bring up my campaign note document.
Rel nearly died.
Again.
Again.
I mean, at this point, it's kind of like an expected thing. If it doesn't happen at least once a session, you haven't played What Lies Below.
True.
We were playing The Sims.
All right, so I did do some post-session notes. So Rel, you read all of your books, every one of them. Spent a couple of days doing that actually. Amalia agreed to get dragon lilies for Rue in exchange for a tiny hut scroll. Haiyan, oh boy, Haiyan arrived back at camp and then took you, Rel, and 3 other of Haruka's spies.
Shit out of me.
Brought you to the center of the Athenaeum and proceeded to intimidate the ever-living fuck out of everyone involved.
Except one guy.
She
One
executed-
guy's dead.
She executed one of the spies. She left the other 2 alive. The woman is now her personal assistant, and Rel was left alive because she had kept her word throughout her dealings with Haiyan and Haruka.
There was 4, not 3.
There was 4, including Rel. There was Rel and 3 others, is what I said.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it makes me really glad I gave her that, gave out that name, because I probably would have died otherwise.
very likely, very likely. The party did inform Haiyan about the shadows and some other myths. So here we are. Where exactly did we leave off on the session? We did.
I think we, Rel was reading, we did shopping for me, picking up a few things, the Druid Grove, and we took a long rest.
Right. Okay. So
I think.
that was that. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So end of the long rest. Everyone has finished their long rest. This was after you're already done reading, Rel. So this would be you've removed that point of exhaustion after this long rest, I believe.
Yep.
shopping's been done.
I think I had a day extra because I stayed up.
Oh yeah, you did.
Wait,
didn't
it's been done.
Yeah, it took. We were waiting 3 days, I think. Yeah, no, never mind. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. So, all right. And what are you guys doing from here? The world is your oyster.
Wait, shopping was done?
No, you haven't done yours yet.
Right, I said I was gonna wait until, like, the day before we
Gotcha.
left or something.
Okay.
Though
So I don't
So-
know.
It's up to y'all.
I'm going over a list of what we may need, so I'm actually going to sit here and look at items. Make sure
That's
we don't
fine.
need anything.
Whatever you need to do.
I too need to buy things.
Is there a way to filter? Filter. Oh.
Listen, there's a face on the map. That's all I've got to say.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what? Where? Oh, you drew a face on the map. Why?
It haunts me every time I see it. Look, it's still there when you erase all the black lines.
It kind of looks like
Look-
a bulbous
Looks like
alien.
it looks like a character from The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Looks like Ghastly.
Let's look at equipment.
So, are we doing shopping? Can I go shopping?
Yeah, sure. What are you looking for?
You've got plenty of gold so far.
Yeah, I need 2 spell scrolls.
All right, what scrolls are those?
I need a spell scroll of detect. What is this? Detect thoughts.
Okay.
That's it.
But hold on now. I don't think that's how math works.
Yeah, I thought I was going to need 2 things, and then I realized I still had some spell scrolls to detect magic, so we're good.
Gotcha. Okay, so go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please.
All right. 28.
That's pretty good. Where did my dice go? One moment, please.
No.
Wait, shut the fuck up.
All right, Zhao.
Fucking
Oh, no.
kill. God damn it. Fucking noose me in the face. Alright.
You already tried that. And then you got upset.
Listen, I'll go talk to Zhao again, okay?
Probably not a good idea.
Probably not, no.
Was that really a conversation? You kind of just smacked him.
I didn't smack him. Well,
Yeah,
I've
you
smacked
tried,
him in the
though.
fields.
Alright.
Right in the logic.
Smacked him in the logic. Alright then. So yeah, they have 2 scrolls of detect thoughts left, and that's all they have right now.
Neat. How much?
They are currently, roll me a d20.
All right.
I'm putting a modifier on this one because there's a supply issue. But you rolled really low, which is pretty good. So currently they are...
That is really good.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Calculator. Detect thoughts is what, 2nd level?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, so
We still got plenty of rope, right?
I believe so, probably.
Yes. I have 50 feet on me currently.
Currently they are 90 gold each.
Neat. I'll take both of them.
Okay, so go ahead and mark that off your sheet, 180 gold, and poof, you have 2 scrolls of detect thoughts. Those are the only scrolls that they have for those.
I have 444 gold on the dot.
Nice.
I also would like to take one of them and sew it into my sleeve.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. You can spend like an hour of the day just kind of doing that, manipulating it. Make a tailoring check just for fun here.
Why can't I
Just
find spell
because-
detect thoughts? Is that not an item?
No, it's just called spell scroll. You're not going to drag and drop. You just add it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just add it. There's
Yeah.
no weight to it or anything, so.
There's no wait. Please hold.
Okay.
You said make a tailoring check?
Mm-hmm.
Neato.
Just for fun.
What is that, dexterity?
Yeah. And let me know what you roll.
18.
18? Easy enough. No problem.
Alright, so that's detect magic and detect. I need to write that
Are
down.
you looking for anything else?
Let me think. No.
Okay. Is anyone else doing any shopping?
Yeah, just rations and salt.
Oh, rations.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't forget some
no.
rations.
So we're also going to do something interesting here, I believe. Let me see how much can actually fit here. It's a pretty substantial amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 can fit, sort of. Okay. And I don't think you're ever going to have that much, because that would be 40 million.
What?
Just a moment. I'm looking at something.
Okay.
This is something that I'm going to change in all of our campaigns.
How rations work?
No, how gold works.
Oh, thank God.
I'm
Huh.
changing gold. Oh.
This is what happens when you give them godlike abilities.
So, 99 million silver is the equivalent of 9.9 million gold, right?
Divided by 10, so yes.
I seriously don't think you'll ever see 9.9 million gold in any campaign. Okay. This works. This worked. Well, in any of my campaigns. So, we are going to convert all of our copper and all of our silver... I'm sorry, all of our gold and all of our copper into silver. And the way you're going to have to track this isn't with the silver token on your inventory. It is you're going to have to put a tracker on your street, like you would use for short rest abilities and stuff like that.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, what about weight?
No, wait.
That's the thing. We're removing weight from currency.
Oh.
I need an emergency bathroom break. I'll be back.
Oh, are you okay? Oh, it's just, okay. No, you gotta go. You gotta go. Go.
Just female things.
She was
Oh.
like, no, she was just like emergency bathroom break, and then she's like sprinting off the bed. I'm like, all right, and fly. For copper, you're gonna round up. So if you have, if you have any remaining copper, that rounds up to a silver piece.
Okay. All right. Well, here goes. That's 4,440.
And I'm assuming gold gets
Down to silver, yeah.
down
Multiply
to
all
silver
your
normally.
yeah, just
Okay.
the normal conversion ratio. We're just gonna convert it all to one currency. We're just calling it silver because silver is the actual currency in Arum lore. Gold isn't very valuable in Arum, technically speaking.
So 2 platinum is 200 silver, right?
2 platinum would be 20 gold, which would be
And then
200 silver.
All
Yes.
right.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm gonna convert Zhao's for you in a second.
Blip. Blip.
And 1 gold is 10 silver.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that just freed up like 20 pounds in my inventory, so thanks.
We are removing weight from gold, and we are driving it all down to one single currency. We're going to be doing the same thing in Ashwinter.
Neat.
It
We'll be
makes
right back.
stuff a lot easier to track.
While she's using the bathroom, I want more coffee.
Yeah.
And a snack.
I have apparently exactly 96 pounds worth of stuff.
Nice.
Wait, how? But that
Wait.
has half a pound on it. What?
Wait, what?
My potion of fire resistance. I only have one of them, and it's at half a pound. And then I have 1.5 pound. Never mind. I have 1.5 pounds of fisher meat.
Oh yeah, and rations. You have half rations as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back. I'm very sorry for that.
Okay. All right. I've got Zhao's calculated, so I'll go ahead and switch Zhao over to the new system. This system should be a lot smoother now.
I mathed that wrong.
Do you need any help with it?
No, I got the gold right. It was 7,530, and then I added the silver on my calculator, but I never actually hit the equals button.
Oh.
So I was like, 7530. So that's what I put in, and I'm like,
I don't
Wait a
think
minute.
for copper can round up.
For copper, you're going to multiply your copper times 10. Wait. Hold on.
Oh.
You're going to divide your copper times 10, right?
That's
Because 10 copper is 1 silver. Yeah. So you divide your copper by 10, and then whenever you have any remainder, eliminate the remainder. It goes away, and then just add 1 more silver.
I literally have 4.
4 copper, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So eliminate it and add 1 silver.
Okay.
We don't care about that extra 6 copper you're getting. It's not a problem.
I literally had 4 copper.
Right, and I was giving you a method to remove that copper.
You pick it up, you make it disappear, and then you magically have a silver.
Somehow.
Right?
Conversion ratios.
Somehow.
She's just flipping penny stocks. It's not a big deal.
Okay. How do
all
I
I have is 2 copper.
What was that, Heather?
How do I completely let's do it.
You want me to help?
Yes.
Okay.
Can't think.
That's fine. I can't think either. Math is difficult, and I don't like it. So you got your copper done, right?
Yep, that's gold.
All right. Now you're just getting your gold done.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 6830. There we go. Cool.
Ooh. Oh no.
You're
Right.
having snacks, so I just grabbed some cheese.
And done.
Did you add the silver that I had here?
Yeah, it had 210.
Yeah.
Yeah, I added it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Zhao's done. He's got 1939 silver. Heather's done. Amalia, do you have yours?
Yeah.
And Will, do you have yours?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, so congrats. You just dropped like 20 pounds of weight.
Yay! I'm at 78.
Pretty much. Went from 113 to 96.
Yep.
I'm 78. Woot.
Just gonna treat this like pillars of eternity.
What happened to this website?
I don't know. All right, so
I'm still looking at things. Give me a second.
It looks so fancy now.
Anybody
What?
else got some shopping to do?
Yes, I need rations.
Yeah.
you'll need
Some
rations.
Free
Yeah.
from the supply thing, don't we?
Depends.
That
Hold
depends
on.
if we're working in camp, which we're not, I don't think.
So, what do you go? Do you go to the supply for food? Are y'all looking for food right now? Is that what we're doing?
I already did rations, so I'm good.
Yes, I'm looking for rations.
So you head to the quartermaster you usually go to, Kasha, the Inara guy, and he kind of gives you, whenever you ask for rations, he gives you the shruggy. We're running low. I can spare a few, but we're starting to kind of drift down a little bit. The incident at the lake actually kind of messed a lot up for us. I think it's mostly taken care of, but unfortunately we can't eat any of the meat of those weird fish. They're all poisonous. They ate all the other fish. So We're running pretty low on rations. I can spare a few for you though.
Okay.
All right, so he gives you 4 rations.
Neat.
And as a note, these rations are almost all moss. It's that weird edible moss.
Okay. I need to look for these.
Okay. You're looking for a grappling hook, flasks, and pittons. Is that actually how you say that word?
Yes.
Is it piton?
Pitten.
Pitten?
I think it's Pitten.
It is piton.
Oh.
Technically speaking, if we want to be correct, it's piton. Well, that's stupid. So it's going to be pitten. Fuck English.
Crouton. There.
Crouton. Okay, you're looking for some croutons. So you find. Go ahead and. Those are all pretty basic adventuring supplies, I would say. You do find some grappling hooks. The blacksmith has them. Also has some of these pitons. How many are you looking for of those?
I'm gonna say 10 of the pitons. I'm just gonna call
Piton.
them
Piton.
piton.
You're French now. All right, so 10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, that's that's just like a silver.
Okay, just a silver.
Yeah. Make it 2 silver.
Okay, 2 silver.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure. Okay, and for shits and giggles, 2 grappling hooks.
2 grappling hooks. Grappling hooks a little bit more expensive because they take a lot of time to craft.
That's fine.
Those are gonna be 10 silver a pop, so 20 silver total for those.
20 silver. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
flasks.
Flasks are a little bit harder to come by. Metal isn't rare down here, in fact. There's a lot of metal deposits, some that you guys have found, some that other scouts have found, but there's quite a bit of metal down here, so you're not short on metal. Glass is another story. This one's kind of difficult. They only have a few flasks. They have about 12.
Wait, I thought it was like alcohol flasks, not flasks as in
Flasks are usually glass. Are you talking about like a flask that you can drink out of, like the like sipping? Okay. They probably have a few of those as well. I'd say you could find 7 or 8 of them right now.
I'll take 4.
Okay, 4. They are. That's gonna be 40 silver total.
That's fine.
I also need to buy flasks.
You want to pick up some? Real?
You said 60, right? Or 40?
40.
Yeah, some glass ones.
All right, they have some glass ones. Okay, they have 12 glass ones right now, and they're a little expensive.
How much?
Each one of them currently is 35 silver.
I'll take all 12.
Holy. All right, that's 420 silver. Blaze it.
Well,
Yep.
reason why I said drinking flasks is because I got vials. I got plenty of vials.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I just wanted things I could fill with water.
I already fucking love this system. Holy shit. That was so easy. I didn't have to think about any conversions in my head.
Yep.
Wait, these flasks are vials, right?
These are glass flasks. They're essentially somewhere between a vial and a beaker. They have stoppers on them. They're like big vials, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they weigh
What?
anything?
They weigh 1
not-
pound.
A flask?
Flask weighs 1 pound.
I think we're getting confused on the definition of a flask here.
Look it up.
Well, I know what it means. The things that you're describing are canteens, Heather. The metal ones, those are canteens.
Okay.
That's what those are actually called. I guess in D&D they're called flasks,
The
but
glass ones
there's glass
are
ones.
1.
Okay. I'm going to say they don't weigh a pound because a pound of glass is an enormous amount of glass. I'm going to say throw a half pound each.
How much are the metal ones, do you think?
half pound each, because a pound of metal is also a fuck ton of metal. Half pound each.
Okay, 2 of
Flask weighing a
those.
pound blows my mind.
And let me find my pittance. Did I?
For reference, that would be like carrying around a fourth of a jug of milk.
What about vials? Do I have any vials?
I have 31, but you can get some if you want.
They do have some vials. They are very expensive right now. You are free to buy some. They have... the quartermaster has 16 vials available currently, and he is not expecting more anytime soon.
How much are they?
They are 45 silver each.
Why are they more than the... Okay.
Because vials are harder to make.
There's no sand to make glass as well.
Flasks are bigger. Vials are for specific things.
Yep.
It's hard to do alchemy with a flask.
Yeah, I know. I have alchemy tools.
Here,
I'm trying to
let me just pour all this liquid very carefully out of this fucking pound-and-a-half beaker full of liquid.
How much did you say he had?
They have 16 vials right now.
45 each?
They're 45 silver each. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Mm-hmm. You just spent like 420 silver.
It's up to you. I could carry a little bit more if you wanted me to buy some.
I'm gonna buy them.
Okay.
Okay.
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
You're insane. All
I
right.
know.
That's 720 silver.
I know.
God. Listen, all you need now is to spend 1280 silver and you can have a computer monitor.
Okay, since we changed the system.
Amalia, are you grabbing anything while they're doing this?
Yeah, I still needed to find salt.
Salt, okay. Easy enough to find. Quartermaster has a butt fuck ton of salt.
Jesus.
Let me see how much salt actually. 16. The quartermaster currently has available just for sale publicly 59 pounds of salt.
All right. Well, I don't need that much.
Yep, and salt's pretty cheap as well. You can get a pound of salt for a silver.
Really?
Yep.
I'm trying to like imagine how much a pound of salt is because a pound to me doesn't
You ever seen
like-
those bags of sugar?
like big bags of sugar.
They're not terribly large, but they're 7 or 8 inches tall, and
I would think more of a
I don't know if they have
horse
those in. I don't know if they have those in Canada.
Is that a pound? That is 25 pounds. That doesn't help me.
Okay, Mr. Journal, are you gonna actually? Okay, I guess it's not going to.
What?
I'm refreshing. I'll be right back.
That's fine.
What's a reasonable amount of salt?
A pound is pretty. That's going to last you a while.
Okay,
That's a lot of
Let's just-
salt.
let's just get a pound of salt then.
I would go for 2 just in case.
You're talking to someone that like doesn't know what a pound of salt is.
Yeah.
I'm just. Part of me is imagining it's really, really small, and then the other part of me is like, nah, that's huge, man. Like, you can't
It's-
carry that. Like, what?
Think of. Do you guys got bags of dog food? Maybe the medium-sized bag. Maybe.
Yeah,
Not 100% sure.
that seems rather big.
It's substantial. Here you go. This might help you a little bit. This is these are 1 pound bags of salt.
You guys have 1 pound bags of salt?
Yeah.
We have like 20 pound bags of salt.
Salt and sugar and so on and so forth.
I have a bag of salt. I have a 5 pound bag of salt in my cabinet.
Where'd you
Okay.
post that?
I'm putting it in the what lies below chat.
Okay.
This is a pound of salt.
Okay, so it's not as much as I was imagining.
Yeah, it's still a pretty fair amount, and you can get another pound for another silver if you'd like. Though keep in mind, the more salt you buy, the more expensive it'll get over time. That's true of anything you buy down here.
Almost like supplies limited.
What
So
am I
buy
doing
it
here?
and then sell it back later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Buy like
That's
10 pounds of
scalping.
I will do it.
and then sell back 9 later on.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, yeah, I heard you needed salt.
Yeah.
No, I'll just buy 2 for now.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and mark off 2 silver, and you have yourself 2 pounds of salt. And that does have weight. Make sure you mark the weight on it.
Yeah, I think I did. Didn't I?
I'm not sure. I'm
1.
saying.
No. That. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I think I fixed it.
Okay. I'm going to buy, because you was like, money, why not?
Mm-hmm.
4 pounds.
4 pounds, sure.
Yeah.
So that's 4 silver.
4 silver.
And Kashaw, when you start buying like more and more, he's like, all right. Be easy. We have to save some of this for the circles when they come back later. They use it for the soil or something. I don't know.
They're good in it's good in spells too.
I imagine,
them.
yeah. I don't know anything about that. I don't do any of that spell casting. I just crunch numbers.
I crunch pie.
Rel's brain explodes. You're dead, Rel. You're done.
You didn't like my math pun? Alright.
I don't. I'm offended by this one.
You offend me.
God damn it.
All right. So what else are you guys doing?
Crying.
Sounds like a good pastime. Really, it's one of my favorites.
I just spent 100 gold.
No, you spend a bunch of silver.
Spent 1,000 silver.
Okay, what's next? What's next on the agenda? Let's go.
Do we need to get anything made? Actually, Rel, Amalia, have you heard of this particular thing? And I take out my sketch pad. It's a metal that was found. A blacksmith was asking about it. Do you know what this is?
Can I make a check? Do I know?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, what kind of check would that be?
This is gonna be like a metallurgy check, which is going to
Uh,
be off of. I'd say nature.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
metallurgy definitely falls under nature.
Oh no.
11 and 7. And which metal piece was this?
It was the one that had multiple layers that was really pretty, and that he wasn't sure what it was because he couldn't get it to heat up and mold or anything. He had no idea
Gotcha.
what it was.
So 7 and 11. 7-Eleven was I want to say it. Anyways, so you don't identify it. You're not really sure what this is. It's very pretty. It's a very interesting looking rock. Rel, you know at least enough to know that it's probably been exposed to extreme heat at one point, maybe, and it might be tempered, which would explain why he couldn't heat it up. Because it definitely almost looks like it's been folded in on itself or something, like it's been melted at some point. You know what Damascus steel looks like, and this has a similar pattern, though nowhere near as refined and pretty.
Ooh, okay.
And by the way, you're staring at a sketch, but it's a very detailed sketch.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. However, I think we could find more of it in that hot room.
Probably.
So we need to go to
But
the hot room for
where-
many things.
The problem is where they said they found it was in the crossroads. So
Yeah.
why would this be from there?
From
the crossroads?
I don't know. At one point it was exposed to heat, so maybe somebody took it out. They found it and then carried it with them.
Maybe.
We don't know what the button to the crossroads did, do we?
No. kind of scared to find out if Haruka actually pushed that.
Oh, she probably did. She probably did.
Crossroads fall, everyone dies. Wait.
Well, if this was found in the crossroads and it's been exposed to heat, might also mean that the crossroads heats up.
Most likely. It's just a
Perhaps.
thought. Maybe we should go check with the druids. Maybe they would know.
Also, probably a good idea. I don't know shit about nature, I'll be honest. I lived in a city my entire life.
Well, he also stated it had a little bit of magical essence in it. So maybe it might be a material we can find a way to manipulate and make strong weaponry out of it.
I need this.
Okay, let's go to the druid grove. Maybe they'll know.
Alright.
Go check on your children that you're so fond
The
of.
school, fuck.
If you're gonna set up a school, I suggest you do it while we're here.
Yeah,
Or
no, you're
start
right. I need
a
to.
curriculum.
Rel, I'm gonna set up a school. Also, Rel, I'm gonna go on an adventure. No, wait a minute here.
Right, I need people that can teach subjects.
What kind of subjects do you want taught?
Well, we need history, we need mathematics, we need, probably science. And then, on top of that, they need, like, good role models.
Good thing you specified good role models, cause I mean I could probably get you some not so good role models.
Well, then they need music, too.
Oh,
Arts.
well, I know a gentleman that plays lute and likes to tell stories. And I also know of a drama queen. That's what I call it, anyway.
Rel gives you a suspicious look. What kind of stories?
I could just take you to him and he could just spew stories at you. He likes stories, and he likes telling them. He also does little magic tricks to help with the stories.
I don't feel like she's going to take us to someone that tells, like, inappropriate stories.
Does he tell inappropriate stories?
Only the level of inappropriateness of his stories is a linear relationship with how drunk he is. Once he gets further and further along, he'll start telling some pretty bawdy tales. But he always starts off everything with, usually it's some grand adventure he's been on, or a story that he was told when he was younger, or there's one he tells pretty much every night, even though everyone's heard it. He tells it and twists the story each time. He changes the ending every time he tells it, every night, and it's the Prince and the Castle, and that one is very much safe for kids. It's basically just your good old fairy tale, and that's mostly what he tells, is fairy tales. Well, put a little alcohol in him, and you might hear of some of his more adventurous exploits.
As long as he stays sober, the story should stay child-friendly.
Yeah, but need somebody that's capable of teaching reading.
Do any of us know how to read?
All of
Yes?
you know how to read, yeah.
Facepalm. That's what you does.
Wait. Don't.
All of you can read.
I know, I just realized that.
Are you
Well,
okay? Do you have brain damage? Did you have a stroke?
Amalia,
I'm
are you
gonna
okay?
I'm gonna give you a pass here, and I get where you're coming from, because in medieval times most people had no idea what reading even was.
That's what I was thinking, because I was like, maybe there's some parts where they just don't teach you how to read. You either learn how to do it or you never do.
Think of Arum much closer to the Renaissance era than medieval. It's not really medieval at all. It's very close to what the Renaissance era was, where
Okay.
a bunch of people could read, and you had a bunch of modern ideas starting in the Renaissance. So education and stuff isn't, particularly in Astoria, education isn't public and open, but people can set up private schools and often do. There are many private schools, and they're to the extent where they're not even that expensive. So even like some lower class people can get an education.
Okay.
Hi, kitty cat.
Makes it worse when I remember that she was reading from her mother's spell book in her childhood. So I'm just gonna go hide in a corner now.
Yep. I suspect Amalia would have been from at least like a moderately okay off family. I don't know how rich Amalia's family was, but I suspect you were at least kind of lower middle class.
Yeah, they weren't really. They were comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Not rich or anything, but you weren't hurting for money or paycheck to paycheck kind of life or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's the fucking dream right there.
Spoiled.
What?
Spoiled compared to Rel.
Oh. I was like,
Excuse me? Alright, so what are you guys doing?
were we going to the Druid Grove for the medal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right.
We are also discussing possible
Yeah.
candidates
Candidates for what?
for the school.
For schooling.
Oh, right. Okay. So, you kind of like talking this over as you head to the Druid Grove, and you finally reach the Druid Grove, and you can see a bunch of the kids, instead of playing at the tree like they usually are, most of them are just napping. Some of them have like bits of paper and chalk, and they're sitting there drawing. You don't see any sign of Kalen or Rue, although Guiteri is there. He's kind of set up underneath the tree, and you can see him leafing through a book right now. He's reading something.
Leafing through a book.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good joke.
I loved it.
It's a druid leafing through a book.
Gallivanting.
Isn't that like a way to walk?
Is gallivanting is gallivanting, sea traipsing, sea gallivanting.
Okay.
It's all the same thing.
What does traipsing mean?
Sea gallivanting,
What does gallivanting mean?
sea traipsing.
Something fucking.
Okay. Where are we going from here? You got Guiteri, there's the kids. You don't see Kalen, you don't see Rue.
He's the guy in charge of the grove, right?
Mm-hmm. Him and Kalen seem to kind of lead the grove.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go up to him.
Okay. He thumbs through another page of his book and he... Oh. So what do I owe the honor?
Actually, Rail wanted to talk to you about the school, but I need this medal identified. I have a really good sketch of it, what each layer has, and what I was told that what can and can't be done to it.
Let me see then.
I pull out my sketch pad
Look at
and
it.
give it to him.
I've got his accent all wrong. It should be... let me see it then. There we go. He takes a look and... I'm not sure. Let me take, like, takes your sketchbook from you, and he holds it up, and there's some of that like fungus that illuminates in here, and he kind of gets it into the light and takes a closer look at it.
Does one of us have light?
Yeah.
I think two of us have light.
Can you
Let me
cast it?
see.
So you can
Don't
get a
have
look.
a stat block for Guiteri, but he is a very nature-oriented individual. He at least has proficiency, I would say. All right, so he takes a look at it and It looks like it was exposed to heat at some point, but I don't know from where. This is some kind of melted stone. It's volcanic, maybe? It's all I've got. Hand you your sketch back.
Is there any way to use it? You know, mold it into something.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of rock that is.
Mm.
It does resemble other stones. It reminds me somewhat of a certain type of steel you can find.
Damascus, correct?
Damascus, from my understanding, is crafted. There's a type of steel you can find in the belly of volcanoes that's been fused with itself over and over. It's rare, but it's powerful and very hard to work. Requires magic. It looks something similar to it, though I don't know if it's the same thing.
Would you happen to have a name?
The steel I'm talking about is white steel. It's referred to often as the same name as this world we live on, Aurum, because it's only generally forged in the core of Aurum itself in volcanic eruption.
Can I make a check?
Sure.
Is that nature again?
Mm-hmm.
E.T.
With the name, you're like, oh, I've heard of Aurum before. Not just the name of the planet you're on, but the actual metal itself. It's also called white steel more frequently. That's like the more common name. White steel is a very rare, extremely valuable metal. There's adamantine, which is fairly rare and valuable. You don't see it terribly often. Numidium's another one that's rare and valuable. You've encountered it some down here, and that's been kind of delightful because before this you'd never encountered numidium. There's also mithril. You know of mithril is another rare one that is kind of hard to find. Very useful for certain applications. White steel is almost inherently magical in nature, depending on which region that you talk to people about it from. It's called different things. White steel, it's called aurum. It can be called cold steel sometimes, but it is effectively an almost inherently magic type of metal that has properties frequently sought after by those in the magical community.
So is that what this is? Do I know that?
You're not sure.
Okay.
You've never seen a piece of white steel. You've only read about it.
Fair. All right.
Yep. It could be white steel, but I'm afraid my expertise is not in metallurgy. I deal in plants.
Do you know of anybody that does?
Thanks for a second. While the DM consults their notes on NPCs. Blacksmith. Where are you at? Adventurer. I'm afraid that I don't. I'm not sure who might know more of this. You might consult with one of the smiths. It is interesting, though. I do regret to say I think most of the smiths have died. I think most of our smiths were in the Artwell Mercenary Company and in the Black Lynx.
There is at least one alive.
Yes.
We could, if it's magical in nature, we could ask the mages.
That's possible too.
Yes, you might consult the Mages Association. They are very bookish types. I don't do a lot of reading, and he kind of hoists the book towards you a little bit, except for a little fiction now and then.
Well, the smith did say it had some inherent magical properties to it, as I told you. That's about all I needed to ask. Rel, are you going to talk to him about the school?
Oh, lordy.
What's all this about the school?
I would like to start a school for the children.
He kind of, his eyebrows raise in surprise as he looks towards you. That would be interesting, for sure. Is there a reason or a particular curriculum that you have in mind?
Just general curriculum, you know. Teach them about history, mathematics, reading.
We have been teaching them farming, agriculture, and a bit of nature and plant life, but Kaylin and I only span so much knowledge. If you could bring in another individual that could teach them mathematics, I'm sure we would appreciate it. They need some schooling while they're down here.
Alright. I will see who I can find. So, math, science, reading, language. What else?
History.
Curiosity.
Arts!
Yes.
Fine arts, right, okay.
They do crafting projects, and he reaches over to one of the kids and takes this little like wreath that the kid has and holds it up to you, and it's actually like a wreath woven from twigs and leaves and vines and stuff. But I'm afraid our materials are limited.
Yes, of course.
If you had someone that could do music, I'm afraid that Kaylin and I don't have a musical bone in our soul, though our fairy friend seems to have a knack for it, though teaching is not her speciality.
Right, I will get right on that.
Of course.
Excuse me.
I think we would appreciate that if you could convince the Triumvirate to let go of one of them in, or two.
Journal. So, out of character, I totally forgot I had my important notes about Haruka. She a bitch.
Yeah,
Bitch.
she a bitch. No, I feel like that's accurate.
If anyone doesn't know it by now, I don't think they're ever gonna find out.
Okay.
Okay.
Got that written down.
He just goes back to reading, kind of eyes up at you every now and then, and some of the kids stir, and no, I think it's still nap time. And they're like, oh, okay. Rub their eyes and turn over and go back to bed.
Rel just has a smile on her face as she just watches. Well, while we wait. I don't know what we're waiting for, but...
What are we waiting for? This is what I'm confused on. What are you waiting for? Oh.
I could still ask Elias.
Oh! Is he musically gifted?
Yes, he plays a lute. He can tell.
Sure.
He likes to entertain an audience, so I imagine kids will be no different. If not, he might know somebody else who would be interested in such endeavor.
As a note, you have seen children around his campfires before. As a storyteller, he kind of just naturally attracts kids sometimes.
Oh no.
Not usually on the crazier nights. It's usually on the nights where everything's very mellow and there's like 6 people around the campfire. He'll have 2 or 3 kids there, just kind of watching him spin his illusions and tell his stories.
Sure. That would work for fine arts and creativity. Just no alcohol. Because so help me God, if I find out he's been drinking around kids, I swear to God, I will end him.
I don't think he's that stupid to do around kids.
Good. So,
Would you like to come with me, or am I going by myself?
I'll go with why not.
You coming, Amalia?
Amalia?
Hmm?
You going with them or no?
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
So, you head towards the fort camp where you can usually find Elias, and kind of look around for him. He's part of the Historian Explorers Guild, so you kind of like search in that corner, and eventually, you do find him. He's currently coming out of his tent. He's in quote unquote uniform, but he's got like a chain shirt on underneath his shirt. He's wearing a coat over that. It's very irregular uniform. All of the buttons on his uniform are undone, and his overcoat is kind of opened up, and he's got a undershirt underneath. It looks like he just got out of bed, and he's sitting there cursing to himself. He's shit. I'm late. And he looks, oh, hey, it's nice to see you.
How are you doing, Elias?
Oh, I'm doing good. A little sick, a little sore. It's been a long couple of days. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Did you ever get that crick out of your neck? It seemed like a bad one.
It was.
Oh, those are the worst. Well, I would love to stay and chat, but I am running terribly late for guard duty. Very late.
Can we walk and talk then?
Yes, let's go.
Rel has a proposal for you. We're looking for someone who can do fine arts and tell stories to kids.
Specifically, more like teach kids the finer points of storytelling, how to weave stories, that is, and how to play instruments.
So you want me to be a teacher?
Yeah.
Huh. Gets me out of guard duty. Yeah, that'd be great, but I wish you the best of luck convincing Haiyan.
Oh no, he's hot. Yeah, I know, right?
Oh no, he's hot. Oh, fucking innocence.
I wish you the best of luck convincing Haiyan. She's been on me lately. Her men has been reporting to the sergeant, and the sergeant's been reporting to her, and she personally visited my tent the other day and told me that I could work or I could starve.
Well, technically, I might be able to. It would be technically working, but teaching for children. But I'd be willing to at least try to get you out of that evil guard duty.
He nods along, and as you're walking, he flicks his wrist out, and a hat appears in his hand, and he places it kind of gently on his head. And
Right. If you'd like to, I can of course teach. I'm an excellent teacher. I'm an excellent storyteller. That makes me an excellent teacher, I believe. I'm pretty sure those are the same thing. What is storytelling but teaching your feelings, right? Am I right? Yeah. I think that's correct. Ah. No one answers, and he just kind of gets that like awkward smile, and he looks around and right, and his smile slowly fades. Yep.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess you could consider it that, yes?
No, I understand what silence means. The silence is very valuable, and using it at critical moments such as this are important.
You just look amused.
Well, I do have guard duty today. Hopefully I don't die, but if I do, remember me. Tell my story.
Oh, I've got plenty of stories with you, darling.
All right, but those
I don't
aren't really...
think we should tell those stories.
That's true.
Right.
He almost turns red. Like his face actually gets visibly darker in the darkness. He's just like, don't tell anybody about most of those.
So there's one condition.
Yes.
I'm fairly certain we can get you out of guard duty and working
That would be
with the
amazing.
children. If I catch you drinking on the job, so oh my god, and she gets really close, I will end you.
He seems, his face is a mixture of shock and amusement. And he, all right, yeah, I feel like that's fair. No drinking around the kids. I'm assuming that I can't do drugs around them either.
No.
Takes out a tobacco pipe, puts the tobacco pipe away. Oh, all right. So no tobacco.
I think she means hard drugs, not tobacco.
No, I mean tobacco too. No drugs at all.
He puts the tobacco pipe away. He's like, all right. No smoking.
I don't care what
No
you do when the kids
drinking.
aren't around.
Well, of course. I don't care what I do when the kids aren't around.
No drugs or alcohol.
No drugs or alcohol. And no inappropriate behavior. I'll swear to that one as well. He puts a hand over his heart and raises one hand up. I swear on me life and my big toe, no drugs or alcohol around the children, nor inappropriate behaviors or anything dangerous.
Well, it was a 5 on my insight check.
I mean, he seems truthful.
Right.
He also seems like he's poking just a little bit of fun at you. Overall, he seems amused.
I'm just glad she didn't scare him off. Like, Jesus, Rel,
I
that's
thought about-
not how you communicate.
I thought about spending a 3rd level spell slot and calling lightning down to him.
This is not how you do a business proposal, Rel.
I don't think Rel knows that.
Well, the fuck's a business proposal?
I think Rel is just overprotective about children.
Mo, I understand. I love kids. You see the kids around the fire. I always treat them nicely. Always tell age-appropriate stories and whatnot.
All right. We'll talk to Haiyan.
Okay. So,
I give him a peck on the cheek. Good luck with luck duty. Guard duty.
he kind of just takes your hand in his for just a split second and gives it a quick kiss on the hand, and
Don't die. I would be very remiss if you did.
Thanks.
he gives you just kind of like charming bow.
You and Elias sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Hey, I
We
want
did more than that.
That's gross. Stop.
He's walking away to his post.
All right, that's more than I needed to know.
Hey, I think we bounce off each other quite well.
Just
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
You just slaps her forehead. I wasn't trying to be perverted.
Oh my god.
I swear I wasn't. You're the one that took that there.
That actually, I didn't mean it perverted. You're the one that took it perverted.
I'm the one that took it perverted, apparently. I'm hoping I wasn't alone in this endeavor, but when she said it, I immediately was just like, no!
I was making a joke because you're an ooze and you have elasticity. You're the perverted one.
Oh.
Speaking of which, does he know?
He's out of earshot, right?
He is. He's out of sight at this point. He's rounded the corner and started off towards the towards one of the like Ford camps, or minor camps rather.
Technically, none of them know. Because if anyone's going to accept me for what I am, Elias might be the one to do that. But as for the others, I don't know.
I mean, so long as, like, he doesn't have a bad run-in with the news, I think.
I'm pretty sure everyone has.
Well...
Right, so to Haiyan, and well, I also need to talk to
And we need to find someone with science and
yeah, I'm gonna talk to
Akira.
that person.
Are you okay? Are you losing your mind?
No, I'm just bad with remembering names.
I am too, don't worry about it. I'm kidding. Sometimes I'm not.
Right, so to them.
To them.
Let's go.
All right, so you head towards the Triumvirate. You head towards the Athenium. You get to the Athenium. This is several hours. Well, this is about an hour later. You get to the Athenium and find yourself watching just a ton of busybodies just going around. It's pretty much just the standard. There's just more people here today than usual. But they have like probably 50 people just translating books in here right now. Usually it's 30 or so, but it's quite a few today. You locate Haiyan. She's pretty easy to locate. She's at the kind of director's table with Bryce and Akira. Poe is there. Funny enough, Morius is absent. The guy with the mask. He seems to be missing. And Haiyan is flanked by two other individuals. One of them is her new assistant, and then the other one is a very tough-looking, just if you could make anger into a guy, it would look like this guy. He just looks pissed, and you're not sure why, but he looks like somebody he just baked the best cake in the world, and somebody just came along and just shat on it and put it in the floor.
Oh.
That is this guy's
Threw it
expression.
on the ground.
He has the worst. This is the best description I have of him. He has the worst resting bitch face you've ever seen on another person.
All right.
Okay then.
His skin is darker. It's not super dark, but it's definitely got like a darker pigment to it. His eyes, his eyebrows are turned down in that angry eyebrow look. His eyes are these bright greens. His mouth just seems, he's got like kind of a goatee around his mouth. Other than that, his face is clean shaven, but the goatee itself almost seems to have formed into what looks like a permanent frown on his face. He's currently wearing a full set of splint mail, kind of lighter design of splint mail, and he has two swords strapped across his back. He has a mace at his hip, and he has a crossbow on the other hip.
Is he watching the girl?
He's watching everybody. He's not super subtle about it, I guess, but he's not making it obvious that he's doing it either. His eyes kind of just dart around the room. They lock on you as you enter the room too, but only for a second, and then you see him just kind of looking at everyone else.
Is he? Do you think this is a bad time?
I think it's always a bad time.
They're running a camp,
This is true. This is true.
but we need to see if they need us to be on the lookout for anything in particular anyway. Like more food sources or etc., etc. I'll see if I can't convince Haiyan, unless if you're gonna help me.
I think I can help. Or, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Rella poaches kind of hesitantly. Is this a bad time?
The angry guy kind of stares at you. Haiyan raises her head. She currently has a set of what looks like maps laid out. Interestingly, these are surface maps. And Bryce and Akira both look up. Poe has a journal of some sort out, some kind of small booklet, and she is currently scribbling furiously in it. She seems to almost ignore your presence, but everyone else looks up at you. And Haiyan, Rel, just the people that we're wanting to speak to. Come, sit. She looks around. There's no chair. She stands.
If I could fly or float, I'd sit cross-legged.
It's unfortunate that you cannot do those things. She kind of flexes her wings a little bit. What have you come to us for? You first.
Well, I was talking to the druids about starting up a more learned environment for the children.
I would have to oddly agree with this move with her. And I have a person in mind that is on your, say, payroll.
And who would this person be?
Elias, how do you say his last name?
Sven.
Sven.
Little brat. What are you're having him teach?
Yes.
You know he's an idiot, right?
Well, yes, but fine arts don't require brain smarts.
You're not having him teach anything serious. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So, you're asking my permission for him to instead work for you.
Yes.
Kind of taps her chin for a second and kind of scratches up underneath. Maybe. When are you planning on heading out next? Out of curiosity.
Well, I suggested, that we should set up the school before we leave, because we have no idea when we'll be back. Hopefully today or tomorrow.
So, you're planning on leaving sometime soon?
Yes.
Yes.
And you're going to scout out the next floor, correct?
Are we finishing
Well-
up here before we go back down? Or
Yeah, there is the remainder of that shadow room.
the shadow room and that fire room we ran into, and the other pathway we didn't take.
See. I'm most interested in what this fire room holds, but we are also curious of the direction the next floor goes. We think we might know where this whole thing ends up underneath. Maybe.
Possibly. I think
We have our suspicions. I won't go into any details on it right now, but I am very curious to know where the next floor leads in terms of cardinal directions.
do you mean like resources and stuff like that? Or
No, I am curious in which way it leads. Is it north or south? Which way does it go? That's all I really want to know.
well, didn't the thing open a portal for us to go into before we left?
Um, yeah, after we cleared the trial, a dais opened up in the middle of the main temple. That was a portal.
Yeah. So we won't be able to tell which direction if it's a portal.
But you would. And she looks over at Akira. And Akira, this is experimental. You have to understand it might not work. Okay, so here. And he reaches into his robe and he pulls out a bag and he pulls a bag out of that. And he pulls a little box out of that one and he opens up the box. And inside the box is this little contraption. It's got a circular pattern in the center of it. And on this pattern, it has this spinning needle. And as he holds it up, you watch the needle always points the same direction. He twists the box around, and this is something that we've been working on. It's a bit of a new idea, but we've discovered something interesting about the way certain metals function when suspended in water. It's really exciting, but I don't know if it's going to work exactly. I hope. And he shrugs. We call it a compass.
Compass.
A compass. It comes from old languages. It basically means true direction.
And you want us to
Test it?
take it with us?
Yes, I believe that you can track the direction that you are facing or going using this. You see, this compass, this part here, and he points to the end of the needle, it always points towards the center of Aurum. It points towards the Stormlands.
Okay.
So you always know which direction you're headed. We are currently east of the Stormland. We are northeast of the Stormlands, to be precise. So this direction, and he points in the same direction as the needle, should be northeast if I have all of my calculations correct.
Okay, sounds easy enough.
So, I think Haiyan has discovered something I would consider very interesting. I don't think I have the ability to share that, and he kind of glances over at Haiyan and she shakes her head. Mostly for security reasons, you understand. It is monumentally important that we discover exactly which direction the next floor leads. It's something that I think we can entrust to you.
This is a shot in the dark. I'm guessing we're being teleported around the world.
No.
He kind of grimaces for a second. Anyways, we should be wary of discussing this.
Fair enough, I understand.
Thank you very much. Here, and he hands you the compass. It's not very heavy. It basically doesn't weigh anything. It is particularly fragile, so do be careful with it.
Okay, you want us to be careful with it. Nothing will happen if I put it in a handy haversack, right?
If you store it in an extra-dimensional space, it should be fine. Though I'm now very curious what happens to the needle whenever you store it in one of those spaces. I wonder if there would be a way to just observe that. And he just kind of starts muttering to himself, and Haiyan just looks annoyed.
Why don't you just shove your head in the bag and find out?
He looks at you and goes, because it's not an extra-dimensional space until you close the bag, of course.
But if you close the bag around your head?
Then I don't think it counts. I don't think anything can be sticking out of the bag at the time.
Stick a familiar in there?
I don't know. It's all very untested magic, and I don't think that I want to do this. But
I don't think I blame you.
Fair.
Maybe.
Akira,
Yes.
concerning the school, I also was wondering if you had any friendly individuals who are willing to teach mathematics. Hold on, let me open my journal.
Ah, you're looking for somebody well versed in arithmetic. 1 second. Let me consult the dossier.
Arithmetics, reading, language, and science.
You're looking for a school teacher. Well, there may be somebody of those qualifications. Perhaps 1 moment. Ah, yes. There is one woman who is under my employ. She might be exactly who you are looking for. Her name is Susanna McKinnon.
Would you be willing to... what's the word I'm looking for? Partake in this endeavor by letting her teach the children?
Of course, I'm all about the spread of knowledge. That's one of the reasons that I am here, of course.
Perfect. Where might I find her?
Susanna is usually, kind of looks around. Sometimes she's here helping us translate, but other times you might find her in the Crystal Caverns. She's been doing testing recently on current routers, and that seems to be her favorite haunt.
What kind of testing?
She's particularly adept at adapting existing current routers to new uses. It doesn't always go as planned, but she's good at it. So, you have your information. I will agree to allow Elias to teach at this school. How many days out of each week are you thinking?
How many days are in a week in ARM?
I can get that
I think
for you.
it's,
One
I think
second.
it's still 7 days. I'm pretty sure 7 days, but there's 14 weeks in a month. Something like that.
1 second. I have it on Child of Light. I just gotta look for it. Here it is. This is the ratio. Five days is a week. Yep.
5 days is a week, and then it's like 12 weeks in a month, right?
Yeah, 12 weeks in 1 month.
Okay, and then there's like 7 months.
7 months
Something.
in a year.
Got it. So yeah, there's 5 days in a week then.
Okay, hold on.
And there is no traditional like weekend in Aram. That's something that we have on our calendar mostly because of religious reasons, and also because of the way like our workforce developed.
Yeah. I'm thinking 3.
3 days out of the week.
Yep.
I suppose I could spare him that long. Yes, I will allow this.
Thank you.
Was there anything else?
Not for me, I don't believe so.
She looks to you and Amalia. Did you need anything today?
What about you, Maya?
No, I don't believe so.
I don't think I do.
Perfect. Then you are dismissed. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't die.
That is the plan, yes.
I'm starting to get scared, guys.
Gives you a nod.
I swear I think you try to die each time we leave. Or each day.
No. What was her name? The teacher's name?
Susanna McKinnon.
Susanna McKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
Need to edit my journal.
And are you guys going to find her after this?
Rella's, yes.
Rella's? Okay. Before we do anything else, I would like to go ahead and stop and take a break.
Awesome.
All right.
Will do. Start it back up. Oof. Ouch. There you go.
Not sorry. So, you are all headed to go find Susanna McKinnon, who is... Yes?
I want to go up and tap Poe.
You tap Poe and she kind of side glances at you, go, what?
Do you still wish to talk?
Not right now. Keep scribbling.
Oh no.
Okay. I go with them.
Amalia, are you doing anything?
No.
Okay. So,
Something just happened with my silver.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I hope to God you wrote it down. Because sometimes the ticker will completely reset if it doesn't have a total number on it, which is why I have it. I have a backup, a journal and stuff.
Shouldn't reset if you have a base number in there. That's... Oh, your silver is just gone.
Yeah, I had like 753 gold and 200 and...
Oh dear.
Hold on.
I want to say it was 7633. And then I spent 2 gold.
Seems probable. Yeah, I'd say throw that in there. Fuck it.
Alright.
It's pretty in line with what other people have, so.
Yeah, I have 6.7k.
Except for Zhao.
How did that motherfucker get rich?
Zhao is really broke.
We know why.
I don't think we ever gave him the money from...
Yeah, I gave him the money.
I don't think it was ever added to his sheet.
Oh no, he's broke. Right.
Yeah,
I
he's
heard
super broke.
19, and I thought, okay.
Yeah, 1900.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got added to his sheet because we didn't give it to him yet.
Right.
Gotcha.
I guess I gotta go find that number because I don't have that number anymore.
Okay, you can go find that number. You all proceed to the Crystal Cavern, which is a little ways away from the Ford camp. Not terribly far, but it is still a bit of a walk. And there you find... you've been through the Crystal Caverns a couple of times here. You don't usually come here because it's pretty far out of the way. And you find in the Crystal Cavern there is many of the Mages Association work here in the Crystal Caverns because it is essentially a hotspot for actually farming current routers. You can force them to grow here using various magics, and when you walk in, there's just all of these current routers on the wall. Most of them are all the same type, which is a kind of a problem, but that's not too big of a deal. And you're looking around, and you realize that you have no idea what Susanna looks like.
Right.
There's probably about, in total, probably 40 or so people in here right now.
How many of them are women?
Actually, a pretty good number. Most, generally speaking, the Mages Association has more women than men.
Rel, you have thaumaturgy, right?
Oh god.
No.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say make it very loud, but make it loud enough to where it would just lightly echo, not...
Or, hear me out, we can ask someone.
Paging Susanna McKinnon to the front desk. Paging Susanna McKinnon to the front desk, please.
Okay, go ask somebody. I mean, they might not even know the person's name.
Alright.
Alright, is there anyone with black hair?
Anyone with black hair? Yes. Yes, there's one individual with black hair. This one's actually a guy. He's wearing the typical, needlewoman. Okay, you look around. Okay, redhead, brunette. Okay, well, she doesn't have black hair per se, but she has black hair with, like, blonde tips.
Sure. All right.
Okay. So there's a woman. She's in typical Mages Association garb, which is it's not robes. It's like a set of these like really sturdy, more or less cargo pants. Several just belts, crisscrossing pouches galore. Like a side satchel and a backpack and everything else. And right now she's currently seems very, very focused on this tiny vial, and she's mixing it around. She's got this kind of small workstation. She looks at you. She goes, "What do you want?"
Do you know Susanna?
Susanna? Yes.
Susanna, yes.
Yes, I know a Susanna.
Do you know where I might find her?
She looks further back in the cavern, points, and you see where this series of scaffolding has been set up, and it seems to be connected to this like weird series of tubing. That tubing is then connected into a very small wooden building that's been built. It's barely big enough for a single person. And then the tubing runs out of that building and then up into this very large round metal ball, basically, that's held in place by big metal supports. Over there is a woman who is tending to several dials and knobs on this device.
Out of curiosity, this woman with black hair and blonde tips, does she have horns?
She's not.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Mhm. Nope. You don't see that person in particular.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry to disturb you.
She gives you an of course.
I'm gonna gesture to them and start walking.
Start walking away, and you hear, "Oh fuck!" Glass breaks. You walk towards this woman who's tending the dials and knobs.
I set a vial right next to her. When
Well,
breaks.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Careful, you got artist assistant.
Well, she just broke it. I was being nice.
So, you approach this woman. She's of a pretty small frame. She's built kind of wiry and small. She's got very short hair, which has a headband over the top of it. She's wearing all red. Mages Association members usually wear blue, but she seems to have taken to her own designs. She's wearing the typical pants, though. She's got belts that have pouches, and her pants are kind of sticking out of various spots in her pants. There's like rags, and at one point there's just this little mouse that you see like run across her and then like run up her sleeve. She's got a harness on her back as well, you notice, that looks like it's meant to carry like a considerable amount of weight. It looks like it's specially made for like some kind of special backpack or something. And she's currently dealing with some knobs. She goes, hold, don't talk. And she spins one of the knobs real fast, and you hear this cranking. She goes, no, back down. She points. She turns around to you three, and she points to one of you. She goes, I don't care who it is, get that lever. And she points to a lever that's like 5 feet away from her. Pull it now. Pull it now.
Pull it.
You kind of both run over and pull the lever, and the wheel that she has just stops immediately. You hear this, and then steam just expels itself from this giant metal ball that's like it looks like it's several sheets of metal kind of all forced together with rivets, and it just steam just pours out of it. She looks to the steam. She goes, oh no, duck. All of you make a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
I don't want to die like this. Oh no.
Oh god.
Okay, and then I guess she does. Oh no. So Amalia, you managed to just kind of duck out of the way. Like Rel and you, because of your positioning right now, like pulling the lever, you both kind of don't really. You're
Like super close.
you
to
don't
each other.
have the reaction time right now. and you both go to duck, and you actually headbutt at the same time. She goes to duck, and instead of actually ducking, she like ducks down, but then gets right back up and turns another knob, and is like, no, wait, and then you just see this huge just gust of steam just barrel across. Anybody that failed their dexterity saving throw is going to take. You're going to take 10 points of fire damage. If you have fire resistance, it's reduced by half.
10.
You're going to take 10 points of fire damage, and you are blown backwards onto your ass. You all have like very mild burns. Amalia, you were the one that managed to kind of get out of the way. The woman just, oh, Fido is a good dog.
Ow.
Oh, indeed, please.
What did we walk into?
I was just working on, I was in the middle of some calibration.
Well, we don't need to ask how they're going.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
it's okay. They never go well.
Are you Susanna?
Susanna, yes, that's me. I am Susanna McKinnon. I am an artificer, rank of the Mages Association. At your service. She gives you a bow, and she puts out a hand to shake. She goes, just kidding, I don't shake hands.
Okay.
Oh.
Too many germs and nasties.
Oh no.
And yet you're not freaking out after, well, I mean, I guess.
It's
Oh no.
Kills.
No, steam is very safe, and the ground is very safe. People are disgusting. Have you ever seen someone eat? It's gross.
You must really hate sex.
Yeah, that's my thought exactly.
It's also fairly disgusting, yes.
It is, yeah.
Okay. I'm glad that we could have this conversation. Why are you here asking me questions
Right.
about my
Why?
love life?
Right. So. So, Akira told us we can find you here. I have a proposition for you.
All right, I'm listening.
Hey, I know her.
Hey, it's a good picture. Shut up.
It is. So, well, Akira told us that you're good at teaching.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm starting, well, not starting, but getting people together for, well, a learned environment for the children.
A learned environment. You are making a school. That's what those are called, you know.
Yes and no.
I'm glad that you know that because you talked around that word very, very carefully. It's a school. It's a school. It's okay. She turns around. She starts.
She wants
Press-
to sound smart.
She presses another button. She takes out a wrench out of her pocket, and starts to like tighten down some bolts on this big metal ball. A school. See, this would take away from some of my time to do experimentation for the Mages Association. I don't think Akira is going to like that.
Well, he's the one that said it was okay.
She stops. Fudge is delicious. She continues tightening bolts.
It'd be three days out of the week.
3 days out of the week. Can I experiment on the children?
No!
Okay, good. I hoped you would say that. All right. I suppose I'll do this for you. What's in it for me?
Payment? Satisfaction of helping children?
Oh, I get the satisfaction of helping children whenever I cure all those diseases that seem to ail them all the time. No. What's in it for me?
What do you want?
I want something very, very specific.
What kind of Pacific?
Your love and appreciation forever and always for being the best teacher ever. Also, I need some blueprints.
Blueprints of what?
For what?
Something that Akira has been withholding from me for quite some time, and I think that if you could obtain these for me sometime, it doesn't have to be today or tomorrow, but sometime within the next few weeks, that would be most fortuitous for all of us.
You do realize we're one of the exploring parties, right?
Of course, do it whenever you come back. I don't care. I'll teach your school. I just want those blueprints at some point. They are for a special design, something that a series of artificers were working on before we all fell down here, and they fell to their deaths, their horrible deaths. Oh, ancestors bless them. Shakes her head. She doesn't seem sad about them dying at all.
And what do these blueprints do? What are they for?
Well, do you know how the Anaran hand cannons work?
I have a slight idea, yes.
Slight idea, right. So they have this...
Gunpowder.
They have a thing, and you load a ball into that thing, and then you squeeze another thing, and it shoots the ball out of the thing and kills someone.
Yes.
Sometimes it can explode with multiple balls. I mean, Anarans, they really like just shooting people with these things. That's what they do.
Yes, I know how gunpowder
Right.
works.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you know how gunpowder works. Well, this one's for one that doesn't use that. No gunpowder in this one. Instead, it uses... Ooh, and she waves her hand. Magic. Imagine that.
Do I look like an idiot to you?
No. You look rather intelligent. I imagine you're probably a very smart individual, but I do like speaking like that.
She likes to entertain the people she's talking to. That's a good trait.
Listen, sometimes I don't even know where I am at any given point in the day. She turns
high?
no. High on knowledge, perhaps, the greatest drug of all. She turns a wheel. I think it's going to work this time. Maybe.
I think she's generally just what would people call insane.
The lever, the wheel that she's turning right now just snaps off. She goes, "Oh my great Goobers."
We're all gonna jump. Like, to the floor.
you just go prone immediately. You go prone to the floor. She, no, don't move. It won't hurt you if you don't move. It can't see you. Puts the wheel back, like carefully inserting it into the part it broke off from. That's a broken wheel. Oh no, the metal for that was so expensive. She turns to you. I will do this. I'll teach you at school. I imagine you need somebody that can teach mathematics and just general academics.
Yes, science, reading, language, etc.
I specialize in chemistry, although I'm also rather adept at basically everything else. I am, after all, an artificer for the Mages Association.
Wait, why is he holding the blueprints from you then?
She looks, I may be, she's like scratches her nose. I may be the newest artificer. Maybe. May have just gotten that promotion when all the others died. But that's no matter. It doesn't change the fact that I am now an artificer, finally.
Alright, well, how about you give us something that helps to sell you to him?
That's called slavery.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. So,
You can't just buy people.
you can't just buy people, Rel. No, I'm,
She means
well,
it's like a sales pitch.
a sales pitch. Well, I've never been a good salesman. I'm very intelligent. Oh, I know. You can tell him that I'm smarter than he is, and I can prove it. Guarantee you, he'll take the bait when you let him know that I have discovered an entirely new type of current router, one that has never been seen before on this side of the world, or any side of the world, really. Worlds don't have sides. I'm fairly certain they're spherical.
How do you know it's not been found?
Because I discovered it. Discovering something means that you found it first.
So, you're trading this discovery for the blueprints?
Of course, yes. I'm trading this discovery for the blueprints, but he has to come to me for the discovery. I'm not going to leave it in the hands of people that don't know the gravity of, well, what I've discovered.
What have you discovered?
I
have discovered a new form of current router.
Can you tell us what it does?
No.
New form of current router.
Yes, entirely new form of current router. It's not just a type, it's a different mode of current router altogether. She's lying through her teeth.
One time I do an insight check.
Yep. She is.
The funny thing is, as like She is bold-faced lying, I'm pretty sure.
She is selling herself up as high as she can go. In fact, you're starting to notice the ticks here and there. She's you're pretty sure she's talked herself up, and none of it's true the entire time.
So, but how do you have a new mode of current? Current routers behave in a very specific way.
Right, they have the alter aether pattern. Most current routers behave within the aether pattern and occasionally operate on an alter current. Is something that we theorize. But, well, there's a third form of current route, and I've discovered it. Now, of course. Yes, of course. I would never bring this into public. You need to keep this hush-hush. It's very big news.
Are you talking about the current routers that run on light?
That run on light? No, that's not what this one does. No.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
What about imagination?
Holy! She cocks her head to the side. I beg your pardon?
Oh, never mind. I've never been very intelligent.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Intelligence is a boon to all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, and hear me out. I don't really. You should probably go see him yourself, because that's pretty big. And getting your superiors to come and see you, probably not the best idea.
I wouldn't call him my superior. I would definitely call him maybe an equal or a future employee. Really.
I'm pretty sure he outranks you. He is your superior.
Yeah, of course. For now he does, but I wouldn't call him a superior. Just future employee. I think that sounds very nice. He is my future employee.
I'm super sure he's gonna love testing this current router.
Oh, he will. He just needs to come down here and talk to me about it, and I will tell him everything he needs to know about this new type of current router. Yes. Yeah. You can tell she's. It almost seems like she's lying to herself.
She's really trying to sell it to herself.
So, look, I'm not an idiot.
Well, I never called you an idiot.
Uh-huh. Sure. So, how about you give us something that doesn't sound like a load of shit?
Oh, she kind of. You just watch her shoulders slump a little bit. Right. Okay. I just need the blueprints. I don't have anything for him.
What do you
Well,
plan
he
to
spoke
do?
highly of you.
Did he? She kind of perks up for a second.
No.
Right. Oh.
I'm kidding,
She-
yes.
Oh, that's very cruel. You're a very bad person.
I know she lied to us, but Rel.
Well, she lied to us.
Right. Well, right. She kind of smooths her hands through her hair again, and she holds out a hand. Right. I am Susanna McKinnon, and I'm an artificer now for the Mages Association. But I just got promoted, less than a month ago, I'd say.
Okay.
She has her
How
hand
about-
out.
Oh, I shake her hand.
She shakes her hand. Thank you, for approaching me for this position. But I am. She looks at the broken wheel. I suppose I'm not currently indisposed.
All right. So, how about this? Why don't you tell us what you want to do with the blueprints?
What if so? guns and firearms and sidearms and hand cannons, these things that the Inara have invented, they're great for killing, right? They're very, very good for it.
Mm-hmm.
What if we could use them for mining?
It would. Actually, that's not a bad idea.
This is something that I want to try. I want to create something that can propel explosives into the ground at an extreme rate, deep into the ground by themselves, using a mixture of gunpowder and magic, and then can detonate very controlled explosions in order to mine.
So she wants to make a rocket launcher.
Not quite, but yeah, pretty much.
I'm on board. I like it.
Would.
So, you need... Oh, that would totally work.
It would.
I know.
All right. All right.
It's really it's a brilliant idea. I'm glad I thought of it. She smiles at you for a second, and then her smile goes away. I didn't think of this one. This was a friend of mine, a dear tutor of mine. Ancestors bless him. He had a great idea, and he passed it on to me. And well, he was a lot smarter than I am.
You're honest.
I do have a question. If you were going to do that, would you put a command word on to the gun? That way you could detonate it when you want to. That way you're not in the blast zone.
Well, of course. But wait, are you speaking of remote detonation?
Yeah.
It's a stroke of genius. I suppose if you were in the blast zone, it might kill you.
Depending on how big the blast is. So.
Well, it also depends on how far the projectile pierces. If it goes too far, then good luck getting a command word.
You could also put a sort of timer on it, and she pulls out this little tiny notebook and she starts scribbling in it. She write a timer and a command word and remote detonation. That's probably a lot more intelligent than my original plan. Thank you.
By the by,
maybe adjusting how far the projectile goes into the earth. Maybe like how much pressure.
That's based on the energy of the detonation, the propellant.
Yeah, the propellant, which is enchanted gunpowder. Yes.
Make the casing out of bullet claw.
Out of bullet claw. Okay.
It pierces what's here.
Oh, I see. I was just creating this for general purpose, but if we we could create this to mine our way out. She starts scribbling more down. I just wanted to create this because it sounded fun, but now it has practical use.
I take out the pickaxe. Bullet claw. It works.
Can I see that?
You can't have it, but you can see it.
She takes it out of your hand really quickly, and she gets down on the ground, and she draws. She takes some chalk out, and she draws this little portion of the ground, and she starts scratching with the blue light claw. Don't scratch. Springs back up. She hands it back to you. I need to find bullets.
Well, if we find any more while we're out, and you might check with the other.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
So.
Yes.
Since we've given you a ton of ideas on how to make this work, how about once you've created it, we bring you the materials and you craft one for us free of charge.
If you can provide the materials, I suppose this would be too much of a chore. Yes, of course. Provided that you also test it for me.
Sure.
As long as I don't get blown up.
Excellent.
Sure.
I cannot guarantee that. She has this big smile on her face.
Okay then.
Sounds worthwhile to me. Sounds fun. Let's do it.
I think my motto is, I promise nothing, but guarantee something terrible will happen at some point.
That's not a very good motto.
It's not about preventing anything bad from happening. It's about mitigating the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I promise nothing but to mitigate the damage. There you go. There's your motto. Use that.
And I promise to teach your school children ways not to blow themselves up.
Good. Please keep explosions away from them.
Explosions are a specialty of mine, but I will avoid teaching them to the children.
Okay, we'll go talk to Akira.
She gives you a small salute. She goes, you can stop by any time. I'll just be doing some demolition work. Haha. She smiles. Just
Right.
kidding. You can't blow anything up down here.
Steam explosions are a thing.
Steam explosions are a thing, but they're not nearly as much of a thing as 1,600 pounds of gunpowder. Anyways, you have yourselves a wonderful day, and I will be here when you return. Yes, yes.
Okay.
To Akira now.
Yeah.
She like goes back to putting the wheel on. She's like, fudge sickles and
Have you tried mending?
yes, I've tried mending. This is more than just a clean break or tear. So,
Okay.
you said you're going back to Akira?
Yeah.
You go back to Akira.
This
I was-
reminds me of one small favor.
One small favor. That's what I was just about to say. Just do one small favor for me. I may or may not have originally had a quest called One Small Favor
Oh
in
God, I'll kill
the
you.
camp. I got rid of it because I was like, I don't think I want to spend 3 sessions doing this quest.
I'd kill you.
Yep. For reference, One Small Favor is a quest in RuneScape that involves you talking to like 37 different NPCs that are all across the entire world.
I think I
And-
vaguely remember this quest.
Yeah, you have to talk to them all once, and then you have to go back through and talk to them all again, because they each ask you for something. You approach that NPC asking for X, and they then ask you for Y, and then to get Y, you have to go to the next NPC who asks you for Z, and then that next NPC asks you for B, etc. And it's just this long chain of, well, if you'll do one small favor, yeah.
Yeah, I never
Oh.
finished that quest.
Oh man, that quest is legendary. Anyways,
I think I
I don't
finished
want
it.
it.
Or maybe I did it. I'm not sure.
it's done. I did it for you. So you return to Akira, and they're still kind of around this commander's table, though chairs appear to now be present, and Bryce is in a lot more lax position. He's not actually even in full armor. He's just in like some leathers. Poe is nowhere to be found. The scowling guy behind Haiyan is still just standing there scowling. Her assistant's nowhere to be found, and Akira is now sitting down on the table. He's got a big mug of something steaming, and he's sipping from it while Haiyan and Bryce talk camp security. And as you approach, can we do something else for you, or are you just stopping by to visit?
I need to talk to Akira.
Yes.
So we talked to
Yes.
Susanna. She
Huh?
she agreed to teach. She wanted us to talk to you about some blueprints for
Those blueprints! Oh my goodness! Here. Let me. He digs around in his bag and he pulls out a set of blueprints. I meant to give these to her when I promoted her, but completely forgot. They slipped my mind. Here, can you please bring them to her?
yes.
Oh, awesome.
Thank you.
We've been
Son of
running
a
around the camp
bitch.
all over the place.
So to collapse time, you bring them back to Susanna, and she does agree to teach, and she is well versed in basically every subject you could want her to teach. So she specializes in mathematics and chemistry.
Are you capable of creating a curriculum?
I could do this, yes.
Perfect.
I did tutor my siblings. I figure I can tutor a bunch of school children as well.
Perfect.
Do we want her
Uh,
to include the Elias?
Yes, there are a couple other individuals who teach various subjects, like such as agricultural, fine arts.
Excellent, because I can't play any musical instrument.
Yep, got that covered. They are all to report. Oh, we didn't tell Elias to report. We didn't do talk to him.
We'll go get him afterwards. I need to figure out the times, and I'll.
Yes.
Yeah. He's probably gonna have to
So-
be on guard duty today anyway.
Yes. So the druid, what was his name?
Guiteri.
Guiteri is who you should talk to. He is the one that's been teaching them agriculture and kind of like arts and crafts and stuff.
Of course. Okay, I can talk to Guiteri and I'm familiar with him. And you said there was also an Elias. This wouldn't happen to
Yes.
be Elias Sven, would it?
It
Yes.
is.
She stares off into the distance for a moment. Going to be okay, Susanna. Don't get mad. There's no reason to be mad. Anger is simply a negative emotion that you experience in response to stress. It's okay.
Why are you mad at him?
Elias was an old fling of mine a long time ago, and well, he sought the company of others, and I sought the company of machines, and it didn't work. Mostly because he was he was an imbecile.
Well, something drew you to him, darling.
Yes, it's
You,
anyways.
are you even looking at him?
Sometimes when he gives you that smile, she looks down. She's almost kind of wistful. Anywho, I will teach your school children. I will create a curriculum, and we will get this school underway. It sounds like fun.
Perfect. Thank you very much. If you have any
Of course.
needs, concerns, questions, comments, please do not hesitate to talk to me.
Oh, and I never hesitate. She turns around and starts working on the dials again. She's working on... The wheel seems to be reattached now, but now she seems to be working on a set of dials, like this weird control panel that she's popped open, and you can see, like, metal bits that you don't even really... Like, Rel, your interest isn't usually in, like, technology, and technology is a pretty new school of thought in the first place. And you're not 100% sure what all of that does.
Yep.
So...
Right. I will leave some money with the druids for supplies.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly
So-
fine with me.
If you need anything for expenses, talk to them.
Okay. So that's covered. Is anyone else doing anything in the camp
I
this day?
think we gotta go talk to Elias to go to.
Okay. So you go talk. You go talk to Elias. He's on guard duty, and it's easy enough to find him. He's wandering the forward camp. He's got a spear in his hand, and he's in proper uniform now. Though his the like overshirt that goes, or the coat that goes over his chain shirt is also still kind of unbuttoned. So he's like showing like the clavicle and everything. He's got that kind of messy look about him, and he lets you know that he will be happy to work with Guiteri and Susanna, and will report to Guiteri whenever he gets the chance.
Oh, Susanna had a thing for you at one point, darling.
I had a thing for her at one point. But sometimes when you're spending more time with metal than people, well, all good things gotta come to an end.
Maybe you can tell me sometime.
Maybe I'll tell you that.
Right, so, she is going to be the lead teacher.
Oh, all right. Perfect. She's very smart. Great with kids. Not great with other people.
I can tell whenever she asks if she could experiment on the children.
Probably a joke.
Yeah, not joke.
She tends to use humor to cover up the fact that she's scared of people.
Right, well, so, you will get in touch with the druid, what was his name again?
Guiteri.
Guiteri.
Of course.
If you have need of any expenses, you may talk to him.
I will talk to him.
Expenses for the children.
Right, I'm not going to steal your money. Don't have to worry about it.
I'm more likely to steal your money, Lily.
Wait,
Really?
Lily, hold on a
Sorry,
minute.
Rill.
You has a momentary vision into other worlds.
That wasn't my bad.
Just a voice in the back of you's head is,
how do you know that name?
No, please.
I don't wanna.
Okay. So, she's going to be designing the curriculum. You, of course, may add your touches and flares to the blocks and periods that she has assigned to you and all of that jazz.
Right, of course. Yeah, I'll talk to her. No problem.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks. Goes about his patrol.
I want to go talk to what's his name again?
Guiteri.
Guiteri.
He's a very forgettable name, apparently.
Guiteri.
Yeah, it's Guitieri.
Guiteri.
Technically Guiteri, but
His name is Guiteri.
Yep, good enough.
All right.
Good enough. All right, so you find him. He's in the grove.
Oh yes, hello.
May I entrust you with some money for the school?
Yeah, sure. Do you think we'll need it?
Doesn't hurt. I imagine that Elias, I found a teacher. Her name is Susanna McKinnon. She will be here to talk to you.
Met Susanna. She's charming.
Yes. She will be teaching the academics, and Elias Sven will be teaching the musical arts and fine arts of storytelling. Creativity.
Guiteri gives a nod. Sounds perfect. And Kaylin walks up behind him and says, "Oh, you putting together a school? Hey, that's cool, man."
Right, he was going to do something. Hold on, I have it in my journal. I don't think he even remembers.
I mean, probably not.
Considering
No.
he just asked. Or just said.
Do you know many stoners in your life? Or if so, do they ever remember anything? Yeah, it's Kaylin.
Okay.
Yeah. He was literally the first person that you told.
Yep, I remember. Yep, I've got it written down.
Okay.
And you said you were going to help them with learning kindness.
Yeah, I can teach them how to be kind and live life. You know,
No drugs.
no drugs.
At least while
Not
you're
till they're
teaching
old
me.
enough.
We were talking
Sure.
about you.
Oh. Well, I'm always high, but that's okay. It's the way it should be.
No drugs around the children.
Right. Gotcha. No problem. He gives you like finger guns, like the laid back finger guns. Which-
I check him.
Okay. Hold on. 13. Okay, 13. Yeah, good enough. You insight check him, and you're not even really sure that he understands what you're saying now. But if he does, then he's probably being truthful.
I think he's too high to actually lie.
But
Or
that's
not.
reach.
Right, so Elias is probably going to need to buy instruments. Susanna will probably need various materials such as books and other things. So, yeah, here. And I'm going to pull out 2,000 silver, and I'm going to give it to him.
All right. He takes it.
That's a lot of money. Well, all right. This should cover all of our expenses. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What should we call this school?
Do you want a name for it? Why
I
not
don't
call
think
it
we
the
have
Grove?
to have one.
No.
Well, I mean, we're in a grove, and that's where they're going to be having class.
The School of Cave Knowledge.
The School of Cave Knowledge. Holy shit. He looks at you and he blinks like twice, just kind of like, you know that gif where the guy just kind of blinks in disbelief? It's that. It's literally just that face from him. Excuse me?
It's a name
Alright.
that the kids will like.
School of Cave Knowledge. Not like the academy below or the subterranean academics guild or anything. You were going with the school of cave knowledge. Okay. Yes.
I mean,
Of course. No, I understand where you're getting the name from, yes.
no,
Alright, the School of Cave Knowledge.
No.
Kalen's like, that's a name, man. That's definitely some kind of name. I don't know about all this one, Chief.
Oh dear.
What was your first suggestion?
What lies below?
The academy below.
Actually, I like that
Really
one.
good link to it. Yeah, go with that.
The academy below. Got it. I'll mark it down for you.
Cave knowledge.
Listen, alright? I put myself into a kid's perspective and I was like, that would be cool to them. But probably not to anybody interested in having their kid attend, so...
The cave thinking. We got some of their cave knowledge in this parts of town. Holy. Alright, so your business is concluded. And speak now or forever hold your peace. It is time for the day to come to an end.
I'll be done, everybody.
I'm going to take that as a yes. So
Actually, no, I'm kidding.
No, you're done. We're stabbing you. We're throwing you in a
deleting
vat.
Rel. Might just have to delete Aura, actually.
I like existing.
It's okay. I like it when you exist too. So you all finish a long rest, and
Let's
next
see.
day comes around.
Oh, that's funny. That's Elias.
You visit Elias tonight.
Yep.
So visit Elias, and he tells you all about Susanna McKinnon, and he gets fairly intoxicated and goes into a little bit too much detail at one point. And you have to kind of like, no, wait, I don't want to hear any of that.
I don't want to hear
Or
about
maybe
your
she does.
Or maybe she does. I don't know. It's your character.
I'll do a coin flip.
Okay.
Oh no.
Don't leave it to the coin flip.
Leave it to the coin flip.
Roll 1d2.
Oh
Yes.
my
I don't really
god.
care.
All right. He just kind of rambles for a while. Goes into too much detail fairly often. It's some of it's like insane.
Like, is that even possible?
You. Hi. She could do it too. It's crazy. She's never met
Like metal steam powered like thing in here or something.
Just brings out an artificer powered dildo. It's just like, all right, well,
Yeah.
we're getting weird in here. We're getting weird in here, folks. All right, so you all have your long rests.
I do need a
Eve,
few.
Eve, you easy enough. He's wasted.
Still wasted.
Yeah, real drunk. As a note, something that you do notice is that he is not drinking his usual. He usually has this beer that he likes a lot. Instead, he now has this. It's effectively grog. It's like a really, really terrible cheap alcohol. And when you ask him about it, he lets you know that there is at this point a severe alcohol shortage. So they've been brewing an alcohol made out of moss, and this is what it is. And it tastes. You have like a little sip, and it tastes like ass. It is so gross. But he says it gets the job done. It'll get you drunk. It's just really, really disgusting. So. But you all finish your long rest. No strange dreams tonight. No weirdness. And you awake the next day feeling refreshed.
Okay.
Zhao, when you come out of your tent, Rel, Zhao is standing there, and he's got his hands crossed across his chest. He's in full gear right now, and so, when are we leaving?
Probably today. You doing all right?
He gives a nod. All right. I apologize for my earlier behavior.
You don't need to.
All right. He gives another nod. I'm ready to go. Whenever you are.
Okay. Let's go find the other two then.
Just for reference, just in case, go ahead and mark off one of Zhao's second level spell slots and prepare Lesser Restoration.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That explains a lot.
Yep.
He has Lesser Restoration prepared permanently. He's a domain.
Is that part of Life Cleric?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. It's
So,
Prayer of Healing and Lesser Restoration?
Yep.
Weird.
No, Spiritual Weapon and Lesser Restoration.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn it was Prayer of Healing and like Spiritual Weapon or something, but that's fine. So yeah, go ahead and knock off a second level spell slot.
I did.
You all wake up, tend to your morning routines, whatever those may be. Amalia, do you cook in the mornings?
Usually, yeah.
Usually, go ahead and give me a. How much are you cooking, and what are you cooking today?
Probably just any kind of meat.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a chef tools check. This would be probably gonna be wisdom because it's pretty similar to the same vein as herblore.
Oh no.
You can do it. Oh.
6. You start cooking. Where do you usually cook? Out of curiosity. Is it just like in the middle of the main camp, or?
Yeah, more than likely.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna know that I'm a bad cook. Oh no.
Oh no. You cook.
Wait, aren't you proficient in?
Not yet. No, I'm working on it.
Yep.
Oh.
Not there yet.
Getting close.
You think you have something going here, but you realize that the meat is getting like. It's just not. It's not right. There's something that's like really tough and everything, and you kind of almost have this like, I guess, air of dismay about you. And as Zhao and Rel approach, Zhao looks in and goes, "Oh no, here maybe I can assist you. Roll a wisdom check for Zhao.
Okay.
I want to see if he can help here." Oh God. Okay. So he bends down. He's like, "Here, let me help you. Maybe I can make this better because you're burning this side, Amalia. You're burning." And then he goes and he just knocks the pot over, and you go, "Oh no." I am very sorry. Shit.
It's okay. Terrible. One of these days I'll get it.
I think you will. I think you will. Yes.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully without my help. And he looks down to the like meat on the floor.
No, I appreciate that you tried to help.
Oh well. Yeah, okay. I wanted to apologize for my behavior upon you returning me to this world. It was uncalled for, and it won't happen again.
Go ahead, son.
I don't expect you to apologize. I'm not gonna pretend like I know what's going on because I don't.
Okay.
But I'm glad to see you're still here.
He kind of gives a nod, a couple of nods of his head, and takes a deep breath. I'm glad I'm still here too.
I did a thing. Sorry.
All right, now are we off to make a ton of money and murder bad guys? I think that's what we do, right? Have we had enough moping and talking to people? Because I've had enough moping and talking to people to last me 12 lifetimes. I've only had 2 so far, though.
no.
It's okay. Knowing us, you'll get the 12 in no time.
Yeah, no time
That's
at all.
not usually what you tell people, Rel.
I'm awful at this whole humor thing.
Haha. Let's go kill some shit.
I don't think Q's there yet.
Nope.
Yep.
By the by,
Let's
where
go
is
kill
you?
some shit.
Wasn't she just right here? And he looks around. I could have sworn you was with us.
Was she?
Let's go find her.
So, well, I do need to address something.
Yes.
Well, you said it won't happen again. So is that like you saying that you like should we bring you back if you die again? Is what I'm trying to get at.
How about we worry about, making sure he doesn't die again?
Well, that is the goal. Yes.
If you can. Yes. At least try.
Rel smiles. All right. You did a thing.
Now, let's go find our weird, sex person.
Alright.
Oh, I love it.
At this point, Zhao's just become an extension of the DM. All right.
Hey, wait.
So you gather you when you get out of bed, Elias is already up and he's sitting in a chair. His tent is pretty small, but he does have his own tent. Not a ton of people have their own tent. It's usually just slightly higher ranked individuals. He's not higher ranked, but you gather he has a considerable amount of money, and he's sitting kind of next to the bedroll in this little chair, and he's just strumming the lute, just doom 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 doom. And when you kind of crack your eyes open and stretch, oh, you're awake. Here, and takes and gives you like this plate of eggs. They cooked this for me in the mess, but I don't want it.
Not liking the eggs?
No, they give me indigestion.
Well, they're
So.
better than nothing.
He gives you some eggs, and it's it's a good way to wake up. So you eventually get dressed, and he kisses your hand goodbye and tells you he hopes to see you again soon, and you go off to find your friends, who you find very quickly, as Zhao is now in the middle of the camp going, "You, where are you, you weirdo?"
I don't know. Where am I?
He turns around and goes, "I knew you were behind me the whole time."
I'm not always behind you the whole time.
I disagree. You are one of the sneakiest people I have ever met in my life. I would call you shady, but that would be an insult to shadows.
I think that'd be an insult to Yin.
Yes, and we don't want to insult Yin because they are very cute, aren't you, Yin? And he like goes over and pets Yin, and Yin is like kind of between like, you know how a cat is when they're like, I want pets, but I also want to bite this person. That's where Yin is at. It's like, I want to bite and claw, but I also kind of want pets. Shit.
Yeah, I know exactly what that looks like.
Yep. Okay. I figure you would. So that's what Yin is like, and Yin kind of lets Zhao pet them, and
That's Peanut, and that was Bob.
yep, yeah. Peanut does that.
She's like, I want loving. I want lots of loving.
I think.
And then she'll roll on her thing, and then try to claw you and bite you.
Yep. I think Tip did that to me while I was at your house as well. So, and the band, the band is back in town. The band is back together. You have all of your shopping done. Is there any final things that we're doing in camp?
Stayed
I
here.
blew 3,000 silver today.
That's a lot of silver.
Here, I go to the backpack and I take out. This is the amount. Oh, wait. Crap. I gotta go back and get it. Let's copy paste X. I need that anyway. And this is the amount he should have in his back. And his. Oh, shit. What the. This is the amount he should have gotten, but I haven't converted it.
That would be 6240 plus 18. That's 6,258.
Yep. Alright, I will add that.
I take out. I want to take out the vials of Cape Fisher blood out
Okay.
of the handy haversack.
Okay.
That's a lot of silver.
So, how are you doing, Joe?
I'm alive, and I'm not super high. So yeah.
Not saying that you
Yeah.
weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, so let's go make money and do things. Because if I spend another day in this camp, I will fucking kill myself.
Well,
Oh,
I didn't your armor get destroyed?
Didn't we replace that?
no, we replaced that the last time we were here.
Mhm.
Okay, just making sure. Is there
We
anything in
upgraded it too.
particular you need to get before we leave?
Me? I don't need to get anything. I am big and strong and very. I need to pick up some. No, I'm good. Yes, I'm good.
I'm talking about for your spells.
I don't think so. Should have everything I think.
I'll look at a sheet real quick. Wait, I can't look at a sheet. I don't think. Where is the sheet?
I'll say more than likely you guys will gain access to 4th level spells by the time you're back.
Oh yeah. Right.
So
Because there is we got 1 diamond left. So
So then I just have to be the one that dies over and over again.
wait, what do you get at
Wait.
4th level?
Huh?
Wait, what? Oh, no, I get. Never mind.
No. I was like, yeah, I just have to be the one that. Wait a minute, I'm the one that's not supposed to die at all.
And just reuse that diamond over and over.
Yeah, but that also means that I have to do the ritual over and over and over. This is awkward.
Wait, which ritual?
The with the haft.
Oh, that's true.
No,
Yeah, if you die, that goes away. That would suck.
it does.
That would blow.
Just
Don't
get
die.
up like, God damn it. That's what Poe said, and it scared me, okay?
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed it, but "Don't die" has been said like 12 times this session alone.
Yeah.
It's almost
I
like
know
It-
Haiyan said it.
It's almost like it's become a common saying within the camp.
yeah.
It's almost like "Don't die" is basically "Have a good day."
I don't like it anymore. Make it stop.
So yeah. Before you return back to camp, more than likely you will have access to 4th level spells.
I
You
will.
have- You'll either be level 7 or 8 by the end of this run.
depending on how long we stay out. By the way, I
Yeah.
did fill those flasks that I got up with water as well, and we refilled our water.
Okay.
Skins as well.
One thing y'all don't have a shortage of is water, because you guys have found a ton of sources of running water. So.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to buy more rations.
Okay. A few rations. You go back and.
Oh yeah, I needed to buy some too.
Okay. Kashaw says that he will sell a maximum of 5 rations to each of you.
I've already bought mine a few days ago.
Sure. I'll
5
take 5.
each.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also gonna. How much are they?
These rations are, call it 10 silver for 5 rations.
Sure. So I'll take away 20 silver. Then I'm gonna buy some for Zhao too.
Okay.
6, 7.
10. No. Can I do 9?
Okay.
8.
No.
Okay, there we go. 7 to Zhao.
I do need to find someone that can brew this cave crawler blood.
That can brew it
Yeah.
into what?
Beer. You said it was good for booze.
It's good for a lot of things, yeah. It's good for booze. Are you going to try to make a beer out of it now?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, blood usually coagulates and gets bad eventually.
Yeah, that's
So-
fair. So, just roll an investigation check for this real quick then.
Can I help her?
Yeah.
Really
24.
glad I did.
Jesus. You find the brewmaster right away. Currently he's working with all of this edible moss that you have found, because there is not a lot of brewery materials. You know, beer requires something important, and that's hops, and hops don't grow in caves. He says that he can try to make something out of it with the moss. He's got like bits of fruit and moss fermenting in a vat, and it smells awful. But he says he can try to make something out of it.
Should we try for it, Rel?
Oh, dude, I don't consume alcoholic beverages. Don't look at me. I mean, I would try it. Don't get me wrong, but
Well, it's worth a try. Blood gets bad eventually, so. Sure. How much do I owe you to do it? There's a vial and a half.
I want a glass of the finished product. I just want a glass of the finished product.
That's fine.
All right, give me that.
And if we find more blood and it tastes amazing, we can give you more.
what's the legal drinking age in Arum?
What is the link?
There isn't one. You can
There's
drink
one.
at any age.
Neat. All right.
Huh.
Mhm. I mean, that was really common, like way back in the day. Drinking ages are a very new concept.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like kids would run around drunk on wine all the time. So
Son of a bitch.
We were born in the wrong age.
No, I mean,
mean, what?
I was drinking when I was like 15, but I did it around my
Yeah.
parents, so.
yeah,
No, I may or may not need an undead eyeball encased in a gem. Worth at least 150 gold.
oh, that's gonna
That's
be
an oddly specific thing.
that's
Hey.
so specific.
Hey,
Alright,
Guess
I don't
what?
want to talk about it.
guess what?
I
You
guess
can
it would be
literally go
1500
back to the
silver.
necromancer and get the undead eyeball.
Oh man,
And you just need somebody to put it inside a gemstone.
I think it has to be an actual undead eyeball. So you'd have to find like one of the zombies, because then y'all killed the necromancer. He's not undead anymore. He's dead.
That's what I meant.
He's what we call re-dead.
I'm not stepping foot in that pool again.
But how do you get an
You
Very
restrain the zombie and remove the eyeball from the skull.
Well, we could totally
I meant,
raise
how do you
dead.
get it into the gem? Like,
I'm gonna go with
Magic.
Yeah, split the gem in half and then like taper it shut with rivets or something. I don't know. Sounds good to me.
I don't understand why this spell needs it.
What spell is it?
Shadow of Moil?
Moil. That sounds
Isn't
funny.
that what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Moil.
Okay.
It's a funny name.
Yeah, I think it's just because the eyeball represents Moil and the gem represents the power of I don't fucking know.
It doesn't make sense. It's so very specific.
It is awfully specific. I don't think it has to be encased in the gem. I will say it doesn't have to be encased in a gem.
It
If you
does
have-
say.
I'm changing the requirement. It doesn't have to be encased. If you just so happen to have an undead eyeball and a gem that's worth 150 gold, so your undead
Doesn't get
eyeball.
consumed.
So let me finish what I was just talking about. Thank you. It doesn't matter if it gets consumed because it has a cost. Focuses they don't cover anything with a cost, whether they're consumed or not. So the undead eyeball doesn't have a cost. Focus would cover that because there's no cost on an undead eyeball. The gem has to be worth at least 150 gold.
Okay, so I just need to. All right, that's a little better. Because I
need
like the spell.
Yes, it's a very, very good spell. It is the same effect as casting darkness on yourself because it makes you heavily obscured. All attacks against you have disadvantage, and all of your attacks have advantage.
It just doesn't screw over the rest of my party.
Exactly, it's like super darkness.
Yes.
And as a warlock, it doesn't even matter because once you can cast Shadow of Moil, like darkness is done. You don't need that shit because you can't cast it at a lower level. You can't cast second level darkness to save your spell slots. Warlocks can't do that shit. So Shadow of Moil is just better.
So then, in other words, I should start looking at a spell to replace darkness.
Probably, unless you plan on using darkness to like cover a group of
yeah.
enemies or something.
Because I did use it for.
Yeah, you can use it with me and you. Only one will be out of. Well, the other two is Xiao and.
Listen,
Rel.
at this point, Zhao just needs to make a pact with someone, and Rel just needs to make a pact with someone, and both of them take 2 levels in Warlock and just get Devil Sight and call it done.
I can't.
I know you can't.
You did make a pact with someone or something.
I did, yes.
Kind of.
There are current routers which grant stuff like that, so might be on the look up for those. All right.
And I'm going to inform the brewer there's no rush that we're leaving.
Yeah, he says give him 2 weeks because he's got to sort of fresh batch.
I'm
So
not in any hurry.
2 weeks, he'll have everything done. 10 days, and you guys begin heading towards floor 2. So,
We get everything done, guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. You
Yeah.
most certainly got everything done.
Are
We didn't just spend 2.5 sessions in camp. No.
It doesn't matter as long as the people are having fun.
Yeah.
Are we going
Yeah.
to the shadow room?
This is what
Or
happens when
bunch
you
of-
kill an entire fucking group of people.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. You're not wrong.
Well, if we go to the shadow room, I'm gonna have to talk to.
Anastasia.
Yeah.
Maybe you
I
can
mean,
grovel.
You don't necessarily have to talk to her. We could just go in and say, hey, yeah, we have Rel like we always do. She doesn't want to mess around with anything. We just want to pass through and not disturb you. Like, we could try that.
Why don't you just disguise yourself as someone else and play yourself off as like, oh, no, I'm not real. I'm somebody much stupider.
I don't think she's that stupid.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I could.
Yeah, you could. You could technically disguise yourself as someone else. And we just pass through without anything, but you have to talk to her eventually. We cannot keep doing that.
Or I can seduce her with my wily charms and let you escape.
Last time she looked at you, she
Do it.
looked like she wanted to tear your head off.
Yeah, she's not happy. Oh, we should probably talk with her.
well, she didn't seem to really be a fan of you, Zhao. No offense.
It's okay. I'm not a big fan of her either.
Excuse me.
So, are you guys headed to the shadow room?
Yeah, we should.
This is a room I prepped like 10 years ago, expecting y'all to enter it, and you never did. I was like, alright, this map's gonna sit here, and I'm really glad I did not delete the map. Alright, so you begin heading through the cave system. You do go to the kobold camp, and there is a series of kobolds that greet you, and they actually take you through the traps and stuff. They show you where they're set up, and it looks like these are like messengers that are set there specifically to allow trade between the crossroads and the kobold encampment to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And when you pass through the crossroads is fine. Nothing's wrong with the crossroads. You get to the kobold camp is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. They do mention that there was an earthquake that injured a couple of people. One kobold died. They don't know how, but he is dead, and they have communed his body to the moss. So.
What do you mean, died from mysterious circumstances?
No. Yeah, he didn't die from mysterious circumstances. No, yeah, he fell during the earthquake, and I think he just hit his head really hard.
Okay.
You know, as you do.
Can we talk to Anastasia?
Woman?
I'm sorry, but Anastasia's not here right now. She's not here right now.
Where is she?
She's very far away. Very far away.
She doesn't want to talk to me, does she?
No.
No. I don't think you could have made that sound any happier.
Now, if you would please just, respect her wishes so she doesn't go crazy and kill like 12 of us and you, then that would be great, you know?
I don't think she could kill me, but sure.
I disagree.
No, well, shut up. We're just passing through.
I don't want to have to kill you. Alright, just passing through, the kobold's like shoving you down the walkway. Just go. Just go. She told me if I saw you to report her. I'm going to not report because she is going to kill you. She said, and I quote, gather all of the rope in the encampment because when I'm done, she's not going to have any skin left. I'm going to burn it off.
Well, can we just go?
Why? But I need to talk to her.
That sucks.
I do not recommend this plan of action. I think it's very stupid.
Oh, Rail has a death wish, a serious one.
I think we would call this you being a fucking moron. I think that's how you say it in the story.
I feel like this is DM speak for please don't do this.
I mean, you're more than welcome to. You can certainly try.
Fine, we'll just pass through.
Okay, yeah, you just pass through. The kobold, whose name is Zanja, kind of pushes you through and, all right, not to come back unless you really have to. Okay, thank you.
We're gonna have to.
Well, I mean,
On the return trip, yes, that's fine. I don't care. Just make sure that Anastasia doesn't see you. Please.
Please.
She really doesn't like you.
Well, I'll make sure to trade lots of goods whenever I come back then.
Yeah, trades lots of goods. That's great. Please, just go away.
We're leaving. We're leaving now.
Bye. Don't come back.
Bye.
You're led. There's a kobold messenger with you, who leads you through the traps on the other side and out, and you are now further into the cave on the other side.
That poor kobold.
I appreciate that, kobold.
I appreciate that kobold too.
any money that he's like any money that says he's dead when we return?
I'm not betting on it. I don't bet money. I'll bet your character. I'll bet your character.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you get to the crossing, and you are now peering into the Shadow Room. As a note, it's been several hours at this point. You could go for like another 2 hours, but you're going to get exhaustion at the end of that 2 hours. So you're looking at 16, 17, 18. Yeah, you're sitting at about 20, 21 hours right now.
Shall we rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. All right. You kind of set up camp. I guess. Do you set it up directly outside of the Shadow Room, or are you setting it up further back?
I would say not in view of the Shadow Room, just in case something sees us and tries to come out and get us.
Okay.
So I would say a little bit further back.
Okay, kind of further back out of view. Still relatively close to it, but not that close. You set up camp. Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me to encounter die, please.
Okay.
As a note, before we actually set up camp,
Mm-hmm.
I want to think the name. Hang on, I have to fucking remember what the name is.
Bob Dylan.
No, is it Tyranthor?
Bob Dylan. Tyranthor, yeah. That's the Shadow
name.
Drake.
Yeah. Okay. I want to think his name and ask if he's listening.
Okay. Roll a spellcasting ability check.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Is this where I die?
Maybe.
That's a 7.
Okay. You think his name. You think focus it really hard, and there's no response.
So this will be another day, so that's 4.
Yep. And all of you can mark off a ration as well.
So my training days for 3 gold is now 30 silver. Right.
Yes.
And I have a total of how much? So I've paid almost 360 silver. Okay. No response, and are we
Nope.
resting?
I'm assuming y'all are resting. Go ahead and roll me 2 encounter die.
Nat 1.
Okay. Somebody else.
I'll do the next one, I guess.
All right. Here's a 12.
That's
Okay.
why I'm not rolling it.
That one and a 6. You all get your long rest off without any issue whatsoever. You wake. Do you cook breakfast? Or do you all not eat breakfast? Or do you eat rations for breakfast? How are you handling that?
I can try and cook again. I don't think we have anything though.
Do you have any?
Breakfast.
Do you not have any meat?
No, the bullet meat was bad, and I think the cave fisher meat was bad too.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
yep,
was.
yep.
Me-
Okay.
Hey, you can chuck it out now if you want. We're in the caves.
Roll it on the side of the road.
We don't need this anymore.
Yeet!
Fucking yeet that shit. All right.
Yeah,
So-
I don't got shit anymore.
So I eat a half ration.
Can I try again?
For I would say it's basically the same results. Trying so soon. And you just don't have the ability to contact him right now.
Do I have any inclination that it would work?
You're not positive. You know that Amalia can do it, but you're also vaguely aware that that whatever pact that she's made with her patron might be slightly different in nature than the pact you've made with yours. You're not positive. this kind of stuff is not discussed in like magical academics and stuff. It's very low-key, taboo, occultist stuff. So, this is like summoning Yogg-Saron and the Old Ones or some shit. So, right, and the shadow room lays before you. It looks exactly as it always has.
Not many shadows?
There's plenty of shadows. Probably about a dozen. Just off of what you're counting right here. And they're just moving around very quickly.
So, I have an idea. How about we all stand back from this room? You two can pew some Eldritch Blasts in there. And, you know, lure them out. Because I can't see shit.
We don't know if they're real.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like the button we hit did anything. Did it? Does it?
Not that you can see immediately.
How large is the room?
I don't know. It's a room, Rel.
The room itself isn't just terribly huge, but you can see that it extends further back and curves off to the side, and you can't see what's beyond that. Just because rock and stuff is in your way.
How wide is the room?
Fairly wide?
Let me find the actual map, and I will measure it so I have an answer. This one's the portal room. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. It's not that one. It's not this one. Oh god. Okay.
You really need to start labeling them better.
You need to fucking suck a turd.
That's gross!
No.
Yeah, it is. But so is my face, so I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's 2 against
No.
1. You lose.
This one? Wrong. I'm the DM, so my vote counts for all the votes.
You're not the
I
DM
am.
of life.
I am.
You are not, bitch.
You are incorrect. You have been
You
misled.
are incorrect.
You have been misled by somebody. I'm not sure who told you this, but they were wrong. So
You did.
I can transfer you to our other department if you like, but for now, this is really all the information that I can provide you with. Our department handles life and life-related things. So
What the hell is going on?
I'm giving you the same spiel that I give to tellers that call me and get the wrong department and still are like, well, can't you just help me with this anyway? No, can't. That's not how this works. I'm just looking for this map. There's a lot of maps here. Okay, so give me a second. Hey, I think this is it. Holy shit. All right, let's label that. Shadow room. There we go. Alrighty then.
Oh, does this have to... Hold on, I might actually need to read the spell. This might not work.
Okay, so the room itself, at the widest point, your best guess is maybe 100 feet.
100 feet. Give or take.
And it's a few hundred feet long, and then it kind of disappears off beyond this turn. Kind of leads into what looks like another hallway, maybe.
Okay, alright. I need you to do me a favor.
Yeah.
And Rel holds up her hand, like with her kind of like fingers outstretched, palm facing forward. Point my hand to about the center of the room.
Okay. I do that?
Is Rel about to Yu Yu Hakusho this room?
Maybe? I don't know. I've never seen Yu Yu Hakusho. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, Rel, with her other hand, reaches into her satchel, touches the scroll of Fireball and casts Fireball.
Oh, shit. Into the center of the room?
Into the center of the room, yeah.
Okay. So, I need whoever is guiding Rel to make a perception check.
Okay.
Just a straight roll.
Can I get help from Ian?
Sure.
20.
20. Okay. And Rel, I need you to go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, please. We're gonna add your Actually, roll a d20 and add your spell attack bonus.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
6, so... Let's roll 1d20 plus 6.
I'm determining where this lands exactly. Okay, 10. Cool. So with a 20... Da-da-da. All right, and Fireball has a total of a 40-foot diameter, right?
Yep.
Okay, so it's actually pretty big. Gotcha. So, Amalia, you watch as you kind of lines up the shot for Rel, and you're looking, you're like, yeah, seems about right. And Zhao is kind of peering into the darkness, like, oh man, what is going on right now? And then Rel, you reach into your satchel and you grab the scroll of Fireball, and then you channel it. You feel the scroll, the paper just burn away in your hand. You feel the heat of it rush up your arm all the way to the other arm, and this surge of energy kind of shoots forth out of your hand. This little red beam shoots straight out. Think like straight up just DBZ style, and shoots out into the center of the room. And you wait. 1, 2. You hear this huge explosion. Go ahead and roll damage on Fireball, please. 23. That may be enough to like straight up just murder some of these if they fail their save. Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see. Mass save, dexterity. 7, 12, and 12. What is your spell save DC?
Higher than that. It is 14. Right.
So you all watch as several of these shadows, well, I guess not you all, you and Amalia watch as several of these shadows are just vaporized immediately, just cease to exist.
Oh, damn.
In this mass explosion of a fireball.
Did it work?
Well, you did damage.
You
killed
the majority of them.
You killed just a little over half of them.
Killed a little bit over half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Are they pissed at us?
None of them have responded even a little bit. The ones that are still alive are just streaking back and forth. On further inspection in the cave as well, with that 20-year perception check, you see two things that were not there before, that you just distinctly do not remember. There are two statues in the room at the very back now. Both of them seem to have just spawned into existence, almost. And they're both of these strange chimera-like creatures. Both of them have very, very, very faintly glowing eyes, and an interesting point of note, the light cuts through this magical darkness.
Hey, can they see it?
Rel and Zhao cannot see it necessarily, no. It doesn't cut that far.
There's two statues back there. You see that, Amalia, alright?
Yeah.
The lights coming off them pierce it.
That's a little terrifying.
Right, so, pew pew kill the rest of them?
We can try. I actually don't have magic. Wait, well, I have Firebolt, so I'll switch to that.
Don't you have Eldritch Blast?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I need to get another thing in Warlock before I can actually switch my spells.
Gotcha.
Wait, do we have to hit them with magic?
You don't have to.
I'm using magic because I don't want to waste my bolts.
That's fair. I can just spawn arrows into existence, so, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just pull out my longbow.
I think you also have improved pack weapon, which just makes your shots magical anyways. Pretty sure.
I believe improved packed weapon. Yeah.
Yep, so your weapons, all your weapons that you spawn count as magical weapons. For the purposes of overcoming resistance. Alright. Are you guys just...
Yeah, fire
just
arrows
firing wire? Okay, go ahead and roll me some attack rolls. Give me 3 each.
Okay. Oh shit. My first one's a crit. The second one is not.
Let's see. So Amalia, that's a hit. You, that's 2 hits. Go ahead and roll your damages. Okay. All right, 1 is immediately vaporized with that crit. Just ceases to exist. Amalia, your arrow passes through one and seems to almost disrupt its form. You and a firebolt trails off your fingertips, and another one is immediately just vaporized. There are only a few more left, so if y'all want to, you can give me another round. As a note, they do not respond.
Well, they don't respond to us, so, I mean, we could just sit here and snipe them all day.
Go for it. Go ahead and give me 3 more attacks each.
None of those hit.
What is with these nat ones? Stop.
As an important note here, Amalia, roll 1 extra damage on this one. Your 15 should have hit. That is 1 over their AC. They have 14 AC. So 14 also hits on that firebolt.
Hey, I got a 15 on my firebolt. Yeah.
Okay, roll another one then.
There you go.
Okay, so I roll another one.
9.
Alright.
I'm fairly certain with this many hits, I don't think they can live. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's no way. You guys kind of snipe them out of existence over the course of the next, like, 10 minutes or so. You kind of have to be careful about it, but overall, they do not seem to... Yeah, they do not seem to respond to you. There's no response. And after a short amount of time, the shadows are cleared from the room.
Okay.
The magical darkness remains.
They're all gone, but just in case, we should still be careful going into this room.
Considering I can't see yet, that sounds wise.
Unless
You said there was a light in the back?
there's 2 statues that got some weird-ass creatures in the back. And their eyes are glowing, and it's cutting through the darkness.
Maybe we can take the gems and, use that to see.
It's very creepy.
Try shooting one of them.
I'm not shooting a statue. Besides, I think they're more than 120 feet away, right?
They are. Yep, they're about 250 away from you.
Amalia, shoot one.
Wow. Fine.
Do you just want to piss off anything that's on that statue?
Does it tell me?
A 20, yeah, definitely hits. Your arrow actually manages to stick into the statue itself.
Why is it sticking into a statue? Hey, wait.
Because arrows can pierce into stone.
They can't.
But, yeah, definitely.
What?
Fire an arrow hard enough, you can put it through anything.
Oh.
You never seen straw through concrete blocks?
Yeah, and your arrows are magical, technically.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that.
So, the arrow pierces into the stone and does just kind of stick out, but nothing occurs.
Didn't do anything, Ro.
Perfect, it's not
disappointed.
alive. We can go take its eyes.
I mean, the shadows weren't reacting while we weren't in it, so...
Yeah, they weren't reacting to us at all, killing them.
Fair point, fair point. You have a fair point. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Noted.
cast False Life at 2nd level.
Okay, noted.
So False Life is what? What's that? Second level. Bam.
This would be 1d4 plus, like,
4 plus
8.
5, so 1d4 plus 9.
Okay.
Question. Can we see
Yes?
where the kobolds died at?
no.
Big of.
There is no body or anything in here.
Because they did say that platoon we ran into said they went through the shadow room and got lost a lot of people.
Mhm. Yep, there are no bodies in here, like I said.
Okay. That's... Hey, Maya, do you find it strange that there's no bodies?
Hello?
Hello?
You cut out, sorry.
I said, Amalia, do you find it strange that there's no bodies? That was with that, cobalt platoon that we ran into? In that room?
Considering the things that we've run into down here, no, not really, no.
Okay, fair enough.
I want to look up.
Okay, you look up. All the bodies are just, like, on the ceiling. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
There's nothing on the ceiling other than just some stalactites and like just normal cave ceiling.
Okay.
Hey, Shao,
Yes, hello.
don't you have a spell that helps with this?
Helps with what? What are we talking about?
Darkness. Don't you have something to cuts through it?
I can cast maybe not yet.
He's daylight.
Does daylight cut through darkness?
It does. Let me pick it. If it's third level or lower.
If the darkness, right? Okay, yeah. So that's interesting. Okay. That's an area of. If any of this spell's area overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell of third level or lower, the spell that created the darkness is dispelled. Yes, I do actually. I've never really used it. I've never had the reason to use it, but I have a spell called Daylight. It's pretty neat, I think. Yeah. You choose a point on an object you're holding, or the light shines from the object and moves with it. Okay, that's what I was curious about. I can just like cast it on like my mace here, and or my shield, and just walk through and be a shining beacon of light and order. Haha.
Perfect. Do that.
All right. He puts his mace up and he casts it on his mace, and now he has this like huge amount of light. And what is it? 60 feet? No, it's 60-foot radius, so it's 120-foot diameter. That's pretty fucking gargantuan.
60-foot radius sphere of light spreads out, and then an additional 60 feet of dim light.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that's
So
a
it's
lot of light.
240-foot radius sphere.
Yep.
All right. Well, give me a second. I'm gonna switch you guys over after I place you on the map. Do you guys go into the room as a note?
Does the daylight dispel the darkness?
It does.
Nice. Yeah.
We slowly start moving towards it. There we go.
Yeah, he casts it, and it's super hard to look at for a second, especially since y'all have been in this dim light the whole time. For you and Amalia, it doesn't really affect you because your eyes respond to all light levels the same. But for Rel and Joe, you both have to kind of cringe away from the sheer amount of just brightness. You're like, oh god. And when you look back, you see that the darkness within a good portion of that room is just gone. He's like, oh, it's wow, that's wow.
Yeah.
That's a really powerful spell. Holy crap. He starts like walking in.
Just be wary of the statues, because we don't know what they do.
I'm really glad I had the foresight and prepared the spell.
Good job.
You guys don't have foresight yet.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Nice one.
Foresight's a
Go
9th
find
level
a
spell.
bridge.
Yep. Find the bridge. Embrace the bridge.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the bridge, but I'm gonna find it.
Whack them. Whack them all. Do a whack-a-mole.
What?
What?
With the
What
bridge.
is happening right now? I'm so confused.
Exactly.
Now I'm confused.
That was the
Hello,
worst.
confused.
Hello, confused. I'm Bob.
Really drunk all of a sudden.
Everyone's drunk all the time. No, really,
Drunk
that's my default state of existence.
Hmm.
Let's share. I want some alcohol right now.
Oh man, I don't have any that I can drink. I have some Kahlua sitting next to me, and I can't have it because it's not keto.
Nope. You cannot.
Biggest of rips.
Thought you
Alright.
called her a noob. I'm like, what?
Nope. 120 feet,
Have fun.
and then 6, and then save changes.
Each square is 10 feet.
I hate life.
Uh-huh. I was like, wait, no, I should be seeing more, not less.
Whoa.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Jesus, daylight is crazy.
It's the entire room.
Yeah. He walks in, and the whole room is just now lit up all the way.
And for both
Nice.
of them, it was perfectly fine for us.
So, and is that concentration?
Nope.
What? Holy shit, that's OP. Okay, cool. He's just walking around with essentially this like super torch.
Super torch. I love it.
Yep. So, all right. He looks around. He's like, "Oh, this place isn't so bad."
Yeah, when it's not shrouded in darkness, I'm sure.
And
Right.
shadows dancing everywhere.
That too. I guess that
Yeah.
is something that we did see.
Yeah.
You see, you, walking into the room. Can everybody see on the map? Fine.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Walking into the room, you do see two large chimera statues at the end of the room. Both of them have green eyes that seem to glow.
So, anybody have any idea what the fuck those things are?
Can I roll?
Huh?
You roboted.
What?
You want to try that
Um,
again in human?
Can I try a check? Can I roll a check of some sort to figure out what they are?
The statues?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just roll me an Arcana check.
Neat. I'm good at these.
Yeah.
I'm really good at these.
Oh,
Damn. No. In fact, you've read an entire book about chimeras and their creation. Chimeras were created by a mad scientist or a mad mage a while back. Since then, there's been a lot of controversy around the idea of like homunculi and chimeras. They're kind of closely related to each other. Hold on. But there was this mad mage a while back. He was an experimenter and he created the first chimera. But it's kind of a horror story because he created the first chimera out of a person that he held very dear to.
Shut the fuck up.
And his
Shut
name
the fuck up.
his name was Shao Tucker. And
Oh my god.
listen,
You're the worst kind of person.
I can give all the nods I want to anything. This shit ain't copyrighted.
I'm so confused.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh.
Yeah. It's it's pretty bad. But anyway, so yeah, you've read entire books on the idea of chimeras and homunculi and stuff like that and how they work. And they are terrifying, horrible individual creatures, but this was so long ago that they've actually become almost a part of the natural order at this point. They're definitely a monstrosity, but they are they kind of just exist now.
Okay. I relay that information.
Okay. Something, Shao Tucker.
Oh my god.
Been a long time, Edward.
Shut the fuck up.
That fucking show. So, Spirit, have you seen FMA?
No, I haven't. I've heard about like what
Mhm.
you're referencing, but I've never
Mhm.
actually seen it.
It is not what I would call an anime. It's what I would call a work of art.
It is, yeah.
It is
Literally taking a
fan-fucking-tastic.
daughter and their dog and fusing it together into one.
Oh.
Somebody on Twitter asked me earlier. They said, or they didn't ask me, but they just posted a tweet and it said, "Hey, are you single? Reply with a GIF. Or, are you single or taken? Reply with a GIF." And some people had some really good GIF responses to being single or taken. Mine was taken, of course. So for my GIF, I had Nina Tucker and her dog doing the fusion dance. It was interesting.
You're the worst.
I'm a terrible person. So yeah, okay, you relay all that information. The chimera statues have not moved. Their eyes continue to glow.
Maybe there's something unique about them?
If I had to guess, it's probably to cut through the darkness.
Or a trap.
That too. That's also a possibility. I want to throw a rock past them.
Okay, we throw a rock at them. And...
Alright, well. I feel like it's...
I'm sure they can't be that bad.
You want to go first?
They're just statues, right?
Totally.
Yeah. Nothing screams fun like the green light we saw on the place that turned people to stone. And the Athenium.
That didn't turn anyone to stone.
Yes, it did.
Did it?
Did it? Yes. I think it petrified some people and killed them.
No, it dropped people down and they died.
Thought some people got petrified.
One guy did get petrified. You're right. The guy that Zhao saw die.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Should we check them for traps? Make sure we can go past them without safely?
Don't we have to get closer to them to check them for traps?
Look by sight. Good luck.
What are you guys doing?
Well, I could do either or, but I want to know if it's safe to approach them without triggering something.
I don't know. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
With Ian's help.
Okay.
24.
24. You don't see any traps on the ground.
Okay, there's no traps on the ground. So,
Oh, okay. Neat. I'm gonna walk up to this left statue.
You walk up to it. It's made out of the same stone as everything else in the room, really. The plinth is finely carved. The statue itself is very fine craftsmanship. The two eyes glow. Now that you're closer to them, you can see that they are gemstones of some kind. Looks like emeralds or peridot or something like that.
Can I investigate the statue?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Neato. 15.
15. You don't find anything out of place. The only interesting thing about them is their eyes. There's no script, there's no runes, there's nothing.
Can I pull on one of the eyes?
And you'd have to like climb up there and maybe get a boost, like Zhao comes up behind you and helps you up, and you pull on one of the eyes and it bing, comes right out.
is it glowing still?
It is. It's glowing from one side only, the other side does not glow.
Neat. I'm gonna
It
pull
is
out
a
the other one, too.
small emerald. You pull out the other one, and they're both giving off just this direct green beam of light.
Maybe we... Hey, Amalia, why don't you identify them?
Okay.
Maybe they're
Something
current... Maybe they're a current router or something.
Hey, maybe it's that new current router.
Zhao, can you help me out?
Holy. The shade. What do you need help with?
To get up and do it to this statue over here.
Oh yeah, he helps you. He gives you a quick boost. Easy enough.
Now pop them out.
Okay, they're the exact same.
Ralph throws one to Amalia. There you go.
Don't throw it! Oh god.
You throw it, it just explodes in Amalia's hand.
God damn it.
Removes, just kills Amalia. Rel's just like,
what have you done?
whoops.
Like,
Whoops.
oh no, why? I'm so sorry.
Uh,
No, I'll identify that.
okay, it'll take you 10 minutes.
That's fine. I'm looking at the statue in detail anyway.
Okay,
Just
gotcha.
It lasts an hour.
Sure. So 10 minutes, you sit down, bring out the pearl, and have the other stone in your hand. This is a type of current router. It's a passive current router. There are two types. There are active and passives. Passive current routers do not need to be attuned to. They just work. But this is a type of current router that essentially just gives off this low-level magical light, and you get the sense that this light can cut through darkness. It's only a short beam of light, but out of character, this is basically a flashlight that works in magical darkness.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd relay that to everyone.
Neat. Rel and Xiao should definitely take one. Do we keep one too?
They might as well just have them. I mean, we don't need them.
Well, I mean, we could also sell two and keep two for them.
Do
I
they,
mean,
do they need to be charged?
do they?
Do they need a charge?
They have like a limited amount of time you can use them per day. That's about it.
So
They,
keep all four?
yeah,
I put.
they can have two each.
Let's keep two in the handy haversack. That way, because they're breakable, aren't they?
I mean, they're gemstones. Gemstones are not easily breakable.
Okay.
Gemstones aren't glass. Like, yeah, you can break one, but you're gonna have to try.
Okay. Both Xiao and Rel can have them. If they want them.
Yeah.
What are they called?
These are Stone of the Witch's Eye.
Is witches spelled like WITCH apostrophe
It's
S?
possessive, so yeah.
Possessive? Oh,
Yes.
that's weird. Okay. How much do they weigh?
Don't bother.
All right.
They're super light. They're not very big.
Okay. Bam. Well then.
Oh, that'll come in handy.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't randomly spring to life now that they don't have eyeballs.
That would make no sense. They'd have no eyeballs if they sprang back alive.
I mean, I don't. We plucked current routers out of their eye sockets. I don't think they were gonna come to life anyways.
Well, I mean, even without the current routers there, they had no eyeballs.
Yeah.
They'd still be blind. Is what I mean.
Onward!
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. I think Azrael says that this is a good time to freeze frame and call the session for the night
God damn it! But why?
because it's 11 p.m.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Damn
We
it!
can pick up next week. There'll be lots of stuff next week. Trust me.
XP.
It's like right around the corner is like 80 million shadows waiting to fuck us.
Just literally like Tyrion Thor pops out and is like, "All right, joke's on you, motherfuckers." I mean, what?
Okay. By the way, XP.
Mhm. Oh right, XP is a thing that people get. That's a thing.
Do we even do anything to earn experience?
Literally didn't do shit to earn experience except for kill some shadows, and that's about it.
Yeah, we did kill some shadows. That's fair.
Killed some shadow and marred Pete a little bit. And put the skull together.
I think the shadows were meant for like 15 sessions ago.
They really were. There's ways to handle the shadows.
Apparently, that was one of them.
Yeah, at that point it's just like, what do you do? Oh, and here's the handout as well. How much is a shadow worth? Because I did not really calculate this. I don't have the notes from that session. give y'all like a percentile bonus for RP. I'll do like 10% bonus. So that's not very much.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, it's not much because y'all didn't do shit this session, but 330 XP.
Well, we were pretty much, getting ready to leave.
Are we supposed to be rounding to 25s? I don't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, we were
So-
at 25 or quarters, I guess.
So 325 XP.
750.
To 750.
Magic word. Mama, let me do that. See, Throkus.